Live. Welcome, everyone, to Philly by Night, a Rolling Deez 20's John. I am your storyteller, the one, the only, the moist heat, Prince, aka Double the Dice.
Every goddamn time. Every time.
My pronouns are he, him, and I am here to be your storyteller for tonight for this wonderful coterie as we get into some futuristic fuckery. As a note, Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night is an adult stream. Therefore, if you are 18 or younger, if you're 18 or under 18, you should probably leave right now because it's going to get raunchy a little bit. Some of our content includes body horror, flesh crafting, loss of character agency, sexual themes, violence, gore, danger to yourself, and some of our players being absolute fucking monsters.
Heathens. We are heathens.
It's a real thing. So if any of this bothers you or what have you, feel free to step away. Protect yourselves as always. All of our streams go up on our YouTube channel at Rolling Deez 20's. So if you need to skip over something or come back later and watch at your own leisure, you can do it there. So with that said, I want to make sure that I give a special shout out to Roll20 for having us as part of their Spotlight program. We appreciate them. We also use Roll20 for our BTM content. So you'll see the dice roller over on the side of the screen. And you'll see where our players fell all of their hunger rolls as it goes through the night. So let's move on to player introductions, and let's go around the table, and we will start with Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz. I will be playing Dr. Retzaser Ari, the La Sombra, who knows flesh crafting, and has apparently caused a couple problems. Both of us
Half
see
of
her.
it apparently this entire timeline.
Ivy.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I play Sirens Sanchez, the Bruja, who is just very tired to just. She's about this close to just trying to jerry-rig the portal and go back to her own time, where at least the Methuselah is the only big problem. But nah, she loves her friends too much. She's just here.
Fair.
Hi, I'm Fair. I'll be playing Couture Baptiste, the Hikata influencer who really just wants to have a moment to her fucking self. Our pronouns are she, her.
Juice.
I'm Juice, no pronouns, just Juice. I'll be playing Salvador Suarez tonight, who uses any pronouns, whose future self is apparently not a Stepford house spouse and a badass motorcycle riding, bladed peacock wielding, dope kindred. So I'm excited.
And last but not least, Lonzo.
How we doing, everyone? I am Lonzo Gonzo. I will be playing our Ravnos kindred hacker, Oscar de Leon Ponce. Both our pronouns are he, him. This is Oscar version, blah, 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 who's come through the future to help out these chuckle fucks.
You're Oscar Prime as far as you know.
As far as I know, but not according to homie's arm.
All right, so who wants to do a recap?
I can try.
Have at it.
Okay, so because I was not there the episode before last episode, we started with Serenity being at the Fleshcrafty Zoo, which she hates with every fiber for being, because she heard that her friends who are in present day flesh monsters got unflesh monstered by Ari. But in her mind, that means, she somehow put them back together the way at least their bodies were before. That is not the case, and it was a horror show the entire time. But the group is trying to find Serenity, and in the moment that they heard her scream, which the reason she screamed was because a wolf that is turned out a werewolf friend that we for Anthony, which we later found out it was Anthony, was scratching at the grass and scared the shit out of Serenity, because I believe that is the only humanoid fleshcrafty beast in there, so he can talk. And it was freaky. So Serenity goes to find her friend Jace, who I believe was a gangrel in present time, and it was a horror show all on his own, and was in absolute pain and misery, and literally just told Serenity, end me now, please. And she did, and she's not happy about it. The group thus rushing in, seeing how Ari's work got used in the zoo, because she made the whole zoo along with Mel, and we're all very confused by that. But Ari wants to go get her notes, doesn't, because Serenity is apparently higher on the priority list, at least going to find her first. And they find Serenity. Serenity's like, how the fuck are you still left? Because as far as Serenity thought, they all get crushed into a building by Kane. And Serenity's very guilty about the fact that she left her friends in the hands of Kane, probably. Also, Oscar's here now. Where are you on the screen? Fuck. On the overlay, you're on a different set of. Anyway, and which I believe Serenity's quip was, "It's been 500 years and you haven't changed style once." But gave Oscar the biggest hug, because both Ivy and Serenity have missed Oscar with every fiber of her being. Salvador kind of went off on their own for a little bit. Found a new kindred that Kane made. What was his name? I want to say it's Jeremy, but I feel like that's wrong. Name of the
Albert.
Thank you. Partly.
I'll get my notebook.
Todd, Jimmy.
Anyway,
Bob.
this person, he is basically a combination of Gangrel and Giovanni.
Essentially, yes.
Essentially, because Kane didn't want the original 13 clans back after he started trying to destroy them. He wanted new clans and new powers, all this other shit. So Salvador finds them. We end up trying to leave the zoo, while also finding out that Salvador's future self is basically the right hand of Kane, which Salvador does not like. And was ready to go fight their future self, and we're all like, that's a bad idea because you will eat yourself. And yeah, so Salvador goes to do that while Fair is dealing with the fact that apparently she is a mother in this future to actual biological children. There's some weird fuck shit involving flash crafting a uterus involved in that, and putting the embryo.
But mind you, I didn't say flesh crafting a uterus. It's never anything that I said. I never said that.
Well, a uterus got made somehow.
Also, Katura, not Fair. Don't put that evil on me.
I said Katura, didn't I? Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say Katura. But yeah, which that's how you make half-blooded kindred, apparently. Like actual like half vampire children, is somehow uterus gets made from or I suppose sperm. It's weird. I don't know, but
all the speculation. This is speculation. I didn't say any of it.
Oh, you didn't? Shit, I might have been misremembering.
I said that you have a womb.
I said that.
And that you got some tubes flowing out of you, and there's some stuff that happens. But that's about the.
Well, that's what I assumed was, because I remember the explanation was you had to rip them open to make the womb. So that's where my flesh crafting thing came in. But anyway,
Ari can tell you once Ari gives you all of the notes she has.
Right. Point is,
if Ari does.
Point is, Katura has future children running around, and turns out she was a mom in her past life before being embraced, which we're gonna get into that later eventually. So the group separates. Serenity goes to find Ari after Ari went to go find her notes, which the notes are very extensive, and the long and short of the reason Ari went haywire was because the Methuselah got out, we got put on trial for not doing our job, and this included Katura. Salvador wasn't considered part of the coterie yet. In fact, I think technically Salvador wasn't part of the coterie much of other people's eyes until they hopped through the portal with us. So, and Oscar had his sire to make the case for him that he's fine. Katura, Serenity, and Ari, on the other hand, got blood bound to other members of the Camarilla Primogen, or just Camarilla in general. I believe Katurah got blood bonded to Abraham, Ari to Annabelle, and I don't know who Serenity got bound to. Was it
Jason Newberry.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that asshole. Oh, I hate
Yep.
that. But I hate that. But anyway, but Annabelle died after a year. Ari got free of the blood bonding because, you know, Annabelle died, went fucking crazy, and started murdering a bunch of people. I believe is how that went. And a lot of the notes involving flesh crafting just sort of happened because Ari is a curious person, and that will be the death of her. As we have stated multiple times throughout all of this.
No, it literally was the death of her.
It literally was because in this
was.
timeline, she got crucified basically for being the biggest evil alive, apparently. But also managed to figure out time travel, so that was like RE2 apparently. I don't know. And Serenity's just waiting outside the door because Serenity was not authorized to enter the office. Not that Serenity minded. And then Salvador goes to find Future Salvador, which is nearby. So Future Salvador kills an entire group of protesters trying to call out Kane because they think if they kill Kane, they'll fix a lot of the world's problems. Salvador killed them all in under 2 seconds. There were like 45 of them. I believe Salvador, present, I don't know how to differentiate these two. Present our Salvador, basically trying to make a flag signal that only the other Salvador would recognize, and basically got given an address to find Future Salvador. And apparently there was Elvira, which by the way, Oscar at this point had gone to sleep for a little bit. Basically, it's the long and short of it because that was necessary. Katurah's with Oscar and Elvira starts saying that there's a Kane sighting nearby, and hearing it from inside Serenity, I believe the last word Serenity said to Ari, who was still in the office, who had found a skeleton apparently that was talking to her. Or
Like a robot,
robot.
like skeleton thing, like
Yeah.
Terminator
thing,
situation.
basically. Started talking to Ari, being like, "You're dead. How the fuck are you here?" And then Serenity's last words to Ari were, "We gotta go. Kane's here. We gotta go." And I believe that's where we left off. Did I get everything?
Isn't that pretty
Yeah.
thorough?
I got some coordinates. I don't know where they lead or what they are for. I don't know if they're necessarily to find Future Salvador, but yes, I did get some device.
You got a location basically of something.
Yeah, and Katurah had a dream about her kids calling out to her, future kids calling out to her.
That's
Well,
also
dream, vision, she's not sure what it was.
It's everything is relative at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah. Take it away, storyteller.
So we left off with Ari confronting someone in Mel's office, or something in Mel's office.
So is it basically just a skeleton with like eyeballs, or is it just, what am I looking at?
You are essentially looking at a robot that is shaped like a human skeleton. However, the weird part about this robot, once you take a good long look at it, is that it's much like what you see in Terminator, except the eyes look to be human eyes.
So this is how you avoided being burnt. Well, not avoided being burned, I would imagine. But you're walking around, and so am I.
You know, I knew you'd find your way here. Like, it was inevitable. So how'd you, like, there's been at least two of you that have come through here. One of you is definitely dead. You don't know what that other one was doing. I don't know where she at.
Oh, good. That's even more exciting, honestly. I'm surprised she hasn't already talked to Albert. She might have, actually. That would be dangerous. Well,
Y'all found about that Albert John, like the one that's in the pen. Oh, you know, that's a weird situation. And you notice that when the mouth opens and shuts, it is like a human mouth. The teeth are definitely robot like metal teeth, but it has fangs.
So, I don't know, original timeline. I've only been here a week. We just went through the portal about 8 days ago, if that gives you any basis for which one I am.
Okay, so oh, this John about to be. Well, you bring.
Everybody so far. The only one we don't missing is Delroy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Cause like, no, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that. Cause like, y'all know there's a cane alert going on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not too stressed about that. He don't really like the crunchiness of robots, but he will eat a cyborg now and then. He don't give a fuck.
I should be concerned?
Not here.
Oh, good.
Not here. But if your peoples is out there, you might want to.
I will go
get
ahead
them.
and computer, please contact Elvira and ask her to bring everybody over here.
Yes,
Because
doctor.
I can do that in my fucking lab.
And Oscar, you hear this because you like your seat rolled back into like the trunk area so you could stay out of the way. And the first thing you hear is Oscar, incoming call.
All right, who is it?
It is Dr. Sir.
Put this devious doctor through. It's fine.
Would you like to move out of the trunk?
Yeah, that'd be
And you
good.
just-
Thanks.
The seats flip over and you just like roll out onto the floor.
Oh, a little more gentle next time.
Yeah, you
just
roll out and Katura's still in the car.
Uh-huh.
She's like, she notices, she quickly like wipes her face. Like from like tears from her face because she doesn't want to talk to Oscar about it. Okay, answer the call.
Yeah.
Also,
all right.
Kane is outside, so
Oh,
come on.
okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Damn.
All right. Speaker is on as soon as you do this.
Hey,
yeah.
you guys might want to come up by the place where I said I was getting my notes.
Yeah.
It would, if everybody's in the car, just get up here.
Everyone is
Yeah,
not in the
sure.
car.
All right. Well, we gotta be an Uber for a bit.
I
and then we'll be
honk
there.
the horn for Salvador.
I don't know if you have enough time, but sure.
Do you need anything else?
No, go do your thing. I will hang out to open the door. I'm gonna go grab Serenity now.
All right.
Bring some milk.
Wait, how are you calling us if you're a little fuzzy?
I'm fucking talented. That's how.
I do this. I'm like, yeah, talented.
You can't see any of like none of that is coming through for you. Like if there are TV screens to show, they're not working for you.
All
This
right, we'll be there
goes
soon.
And are you going outside to get Serenity now?
Yeah.
I'm waiting in here because I might freak people out a little bit. Like,
good call. I will let them know that you look like something from Terminator. It's fine.
yeah. You got any blood bags by chance?
I think there's some in the car. I'll tell them to grab them.
Yeah, that'd be good because I need sustenance. Though it's weird how it works. Just don't think about it too much once I tell you.
I'm already thinking about it, and I just walk out towards the door.
You hear clink, 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 clink.
Open the door. You're welcome to come in. I will guide you if you don't want to see it because it's kind of gross. Okay.
I will let Ari guide me.
Are you going to close your eyes?
Probably.
Okay, good.
Because Serena's had enough for the day.
A wise choice.
Serena's had enough for the day. Tomorrow maybe. Today no.
Okay. Salvador, you hear basically honking and an alarm blaring for you, essentially. but I need Salvador, Katura, and Oscar to roll me perception checks, or not perception. Jesus Christ, I'm playing too much D&D. Wits and awareness.
We understood though.
Woo. Oscar with the crit.
Yike.
Salvador got a 2.
Do I need a roll?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Awareness.
Yeah, wits and awareness.
Yeah, I caught that part. I just didn't catch.
Got you.
Had to let the dog out.
Ooh, let the dogs out.
I did.
Oh,
Oh, and I used to love that song when I was a kid.
Okay. Katura and Salvador, you hear, even feel the shaking, but you don't see him, which sort of freaks you out because there is a weight to this that you feel in through your bones, through your chest, through all of you, essentially. Salvador, however, not Salvador, Oscar.
I'm picturing that I'm like distracted. I'm like following whatever the coordinates are on this GPS while still trying to make sense of like where this is coming from, but I'm more focused on this device in front of me, and that's why I don't pay attention too much.
Oscar, you see something weird. It throws off your senses at first because you look out a window and you don't see anything. You feel like the sound is coming from like your northeast, almost like a heavy sort of splashing. But then you don't see a person, so you're like, what the fuck? You're like, this is supposed to be a fucking 400 tall kaiju. Like, why do I not see it? And then you realize that there is something of a shadow moving across the ground, almost reflected off the lights of the LEDs and the holograms that are showing it here. You don't see a person, you see a shimmer almost of a giant being stealthy. You immediately understand what's happening here. This thing is using like obfuscate.
Salvador, you're going to have to move faster than that. A little bit faster. A little bit faster. Let's go faster. Come on. We gotta go.
Oh, it's definitely coming towards you too.
You might
Am
want
I
to hustle.
near everyone? I thought I was far apart doing my own thing.
You're probably like a block and a half away, but you definitely hear the blowing. You might even hear Oscar yelling, though there's still like your other self didn't kill everyone. Stop the slaughter because of you. Stop, but did some work. And there's some people trying to do cleanup here, but it is a nasty affair. And they noticed the footsteps of Kane, but they don't know where Kane is. So some of them are trying to help each other, and the others of them are like piecing the fuck out.
I'll try and drive closer to kind of shorten the distance as much as possible between Salvador and where we currently are, so that way they don't have to hustle too much.
I see this car coming and I'm thrown because I'm like, I separated from the group because I had an objective. There's something that I wanted to do. Why are they not letting me do this? And I vacillate, looking kind of not necessarily looking at the car, but like aware in my periphery and trying to track wherever this blip is in case it is future Salvador. So I don't move closer to the car. If the car is going to get near me, it would have to come to me. As Salvador also just I think I've mentioned this before, is not great with technology. So I was looking at this thing, and this is also probably like a little bit of juice coming through. I'm terrible with directions, literally even looking at a map on a phone.
Same.
So I'm probably like doing this little like cha-cha dance in place, trying to figure out like where I'm supposed to be going.
Yep.
I roll down the window as we get close. I'm like, Salvador, get in the car right now. Or don't. Kane can come stomp you.
You're
But you can get
I
in the
think
car.
after that gets pointed out, you notice the stompy time became a little bit more, and Paco is kind of like, bruh.
We gotta go now.
Is Paco with me? I get
Yeah.
whatever. I don't say
No,
anything.
I thought you
just
left
like
Paco in the car with me.
But y'all are
I
with
thought
the
I did
car.
too.
But Paco's like
got
sticking
it.
it.
Yeah. So
Paco and I both have our heads sticking our heads out the window, like, get the fuck in the fucking car.
I have to say, I know. Sorry to like break the vibe, whatever. Whenever we talk about Paco, I know he's a fucking peacock, but especially since we put him in this hazmat suit, I picture the Roadrunner.
It's fine.
I can
Especially like Katura and the Roadrunner both poking their heads out of the car.
It's like we're stacked, like my head's here, Paco's head's here. We're like, get the fuck in the fucking car.
Yes, in the car right now. I swear to God. Well, how long have you had Paco? Because that's gonna be important later.
I don't say anything. I kind of just like just grunt frustratedly, and then think, okay, well, this car can probably get me somewhere faster, and I get in the car. Dejectedly, begrudgingly. I don't acknowledge or speak to anyone, but I just get in.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to take my headphone off, just one ear, because someone's blowing fireworks outside.
Annoying.
Yeah. I had to be like, am I hearing that right? Yeah, that's definitely fireworks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They've been going on around here too for some reason.
It's only bad in 4th of July season from my end, but it's awful for my dogs, and I hate people.
The building's fire alarm went off last night at like 2 a.m, and they were going off somewhere.
Okay, so Salvador, you jump in the car? Yes.
Begrudgingly, yes.
Okay. And you hear Elvira say, "Oscar, where are we going?"
The doctor.
Even Elvira's stressed.
Yeah.
Seatbelts on.
I didn't know that Elvira could be stressed, but Elvira is stressed.
The car just peels out. And as soon as the car peels out, you just see Kane just kick over a bunch of houses. Just a whole like block of houses, just sort of like just and go flying. And you just see rubble flying past the car as it drives. He is no longer invisible.
What a mantrum.
Correct, but
actually, I'm not going to do a search. I'm going to ask, hey, Oscar, do you got one of the, what do they call them? Dongles things I can plug into whatever this is?
Well, bingles, yeah. We got
dongles even exist in this time?
what are you trying to do, Sal?
Allow me to scan.
I hold it up.
Coordinates received. Tracking. It seems we're tracking you.
What?
Current place here or future?
I am getting 2 separate signals for the same person.
Okay.
Salvador.
That's weird. Why would you? We should figure out why this is happening. Let's go check out wherever this other set of coordinates is.
No.
We gotta go
Absolutely
to the doctor.
fucking not.
We were going away from the big Kiki block party.
Are these coordinates away from the big Kiki?
We still have to get Ari and Serenity.
And they're moving fast.
Elvira, pin that location for later.
Understood. Done. We can follow the signal, unless, of course, they dump the vehicle. Do you think
Oscar,
you would
is-
dump the vehicle?
This is your
Yeah, let's
This
let's
is your
make it to the
car,
doctor.
right?
Let's what
what the fuck?
Our coordinates have
we'll
not
do this
changed.
later.
We are heading towards the doctor.
I'm not going towards any fucking coordinates for future Salvador.
One thing at a time. Let's just go take care of the good doctor.
I'm
Sal-
ready to if this rubble is not, if it's done, this tantrum has happened. I'm ready to jump out this car again and find me.
And the car pulls up to the gates of the zoo, and the doors open. And Kane, you look back and you see Kane, and it's weird. Again, I don't know if y'all seen Kane before, but Kane is an indeterminate race, because when you look at Kane looks like whatever you want him to. That's what you see in your head. So if you picture, Kane being, a dark black man in a suit, that is what you see. If you picture him as a white dude with a goatee and flannel on, that's what you see. It's a really odd thing. So if you have multiple ideas of
Read the room.
what Kane looks like, then you'll see the shift in your eyes. But nonetheless, Kane looks pissed and hungry. That does not change no matter how you look at him.
I mean, I guess I can understand that. But you don't gotta kick other people's houses over because you're hungry.
The kids
Do y'all
out
get
here
out of the
acting a
car?
fool.
As as Elvira drops y'all off.
And I was waiting basically down by the door.
Yeah, you're further in.
Oh, they're still at the gate. Okay.
They're at
I'll
the
let-
gate entrance. Elvira is basically telling y'all to get the fuck out by pulling up to the door and then opening all of the doors.
Yeah, I head
Ejects
out.
all of the
Yeah, that's a
seats
move right
out.
there. All right.
Yeah. The seats like flip over and just pop us out.
And you see, as y'all all get out and start running, you see Kane just go to grab Elvira, and Elvira just scoops and peels off just before his hand grabs where she
Done this
was.
before.
What you do also notice, though,
Nice.
without making a check, is that Kane does not go past the gates. Any part of his body, not a head peeking over, not a leg walking above it of the zoo.
Even
Thanks,
Kane
go to
has
the
his
zoo.
limits.
Do I know? Does Salvador know that Ari had like the 2021 location where Ari is warded?
Does Salvador know about the Warden House? Yeah.
Yeah.
Salvador found out about the Warden House.
Okay.
I'll stay there, I believe, for
Yeah, you went there and then you left.
carry on.
That was
No,
when
you're
you
good.
met.
I was just- I was trying to clarify
Annabelle,
when that
I
might have
think?
come up.
Jackson and Co.
Yeah, but Salvador left to meet, go back home and meet, and that's when.
No, yeah. No, I
Okay.
understand. I was trying to remember when Salvador would have been told this, and that was it.
Anywho,
I am
Kane is no
inside.
longer chasing you, but you don't know what condition Elvira might be in after all of this. And y'all are back in the zoo.
Geico don't cover that shit.
I don't
So
even
I-
think there's
okay,
insurance
so we all
in this
exited?
time anymore. Yeah, I'm going into
And as soon as
the
you say insurance, it's like,
flush tunnel.
does your car need insurance?
Oh my
Join the Meta
God.
Insurance Company for
You walk
all of
in.
your insurance needs.
I throw a
I'd
fucking
rather-
I throw
Huh?
a fucking rock.
Vehicle?
I throw
I'd
a
rather
rock
smell
at
shit
this.
than hear these fucking ads.
I'm just about to walk over. I'm about to walk to Kane as they just take me out.
Would it have been
If I gotta hear another
possible?
one of these fucking ads.
I I don't know that Salvador would have wanted to leave the vehicle.
I mean, Salvador
Okay.
can stay in the
I don't
vehicle,
think.
but that's up to you.
I'm trying to balance, like, I don't want to like create a whole like sideshow about me, but I'm like, oh, I want to do this thing.
No, you absolutely could. I
It's one of those fuck around to find out situations, basically.
there is danger in this move. I won't pretend it's not. I'm sure you're aware of this as well.
Okay,
the
coordinates
question
are
is,
saved. I'm just gonna. I will join the group. I will join the group, and find a different way to try and accomplish what I want to do.
Cool. So y'all are making it straight towards Ari's office.
I mean, we'll follow wherever Ari takes us.
Uh,
Because I think Ari's, yeah.
you make it back to the office, and the bot that's there is like, you want me to bring them to this, John? Like, I can make sure they get here.
yes, please.
And sure as shit, as soon as Ari says this, y'all who are walking through the zoo get little arrows that appear on the ground that show you the way to the office.
Right. Okay. I just
All the,
accept that. I just accept it. I don't. I
It's the
want to
least
take.
screwy thing about this place.
I just want to take a nap at this point.
Are you ready to feel fly as hell?
Oh
Go
my
to
God.
Queen Couture's.
Give me this. Oh my God.
I walk faster.
I also walk faster.
Oh, you're gonna bring that with me? No.
I think you're bringing it with you.
I am not Queen Couture.
No, it's saying to go to my facility. It's not to me.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
That hoodie is looking a little bit. We think you can step your game up. Queen
Punch my
Couture's
fist-
has
punch
exactly
my
what you
fist
need.
right through it. Punch my fist right through it.
Anyway, after a short walk, y'all make it
I'm a chromium bitch.
to the door to the employees' entrance of the administrative building.
Yeah, I will come back out. I'll be like, it gets really gross in here for like 200 yards. I could guide you if you want.
This whole zoo was gross. Just let's go.
It gets okay.
Ari, at this point, I do not care.
Okay.
And Ari was not lying. This is the worst thing you've seen in here. It is basically like walking through a gibbering mouther and
It's fine.
D&D. And there's just mouths and eyes and
Ugh.
it's Queen Couture even from some of them. Which Oscar is this one?
Walk faster.
I'm apparently going to have to talk to the security and find out what they know at some point.
And it just keeps moving through. And then are you taking them to Mel's office?
Okay, so what is the layout? Because I'd imagine there is like probably at some point a sitting room, a like this was a functional.
Yeah, this is like an administrative building. So there's like, the interview room. There's like a little conference room. There's a lunch room, that sort of thing in here. You pass those doors till you get to like the offices, and then there's just like a bunch of offices down the hall. Yours is actually the first office and the biggest one before you see another door. And then Mel's office is the next biggest one next to yours. It is like you wanted to have yours very close instead of the offices all the way at the far end of the administrative building. So you can like get to places or out of here faster, essentially.
So I've got a lot of information that I've read through already.
Mhm.
Mel's here, so that's good.
Mel made it 500 years.
That's
I'm
not
happy for her.
good. That's not good.
Oh, did you guys bring any of the blood out the car?
We were not told to.
What in the
And
car?
also, Kane was chasing us.
That's true. All right, we'll have to figure that out. Sorry, Mel.
Mel can go fend for his fucking self.
Did we get Paco? Do we have
Of
enough
course
time
we
to
got
get
Paco.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would imagine Paco.
Of course we got
I'm
Paco.
just checking.
Paco's probably
Paco's probably the first
Paco's-
one out.
yeah,
honestly.
I was just about to say the same
Paco
thing.
got sense.
Paco flew out the window before the doors even opened
Like
up.
Paco
was
hates
out.
this place probably more than all of y'all, but Paco ain't dumb.
Yep. And I will be
Um,
petting Paco, giving him all the pets.
There's
telling.
not really, as far as I've found yet, places. Well, there's probably like a bedroom, not bedroom, but like
Nap
cot.
area.
I know I've passed out here at least once or twice. Yeah, but apparently we should be safe. I haven't figured out why yet.
He couldn't get in, or he didn't try to get in
I
when we
very
passed
much
the gate.
I'm gonna doubt couldn't. Dracula took one look at the wards on the house and laughed at them. I'm
He-
guessing Kane can go wherever the fuck he wants.
He was very
was like,
careful to not
nah.
let his hand even brush through the gate.
That's weird.
And
No,
I
this
mean,
place
if
is weird.
if he really wanted, like,
This timeline
he
is
was
weird. but
he was chasing us. If he wanted to get us and
He
could
would've
have
got
come
us.
in here, he would have just come.
That,
I don't think that he can get through.
See, now I get okay. Now I
That's
gotta
my
look.
assumption.
Ari, how the
I'm
hell
too
did you go
tired.
crazy? You
Can
said
you
you had
hear
the nose
a
on it?
knock on the door? It's like boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, do we have the fucking
The
police
office,
here still
or-
too?
Hey man, can I come in?
No.
Just so you all know, Mel looks a little different. He looks like something out of the Terminator.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
No, this is the door outside to the administrative area.
Oh,
That's the door you hear. And it's a
Is-
very loud thump.
Who is? Do I recognize the voice?
You didn't meet Albert, no.
Yes, I did.
No,
Because
you
I
did.
walked back
You
with
did.
him.
You're
and I
right. You
was
did.
seriously
Yeah.
considering being like, all right,
You're right.
so I'm
You're
gonna
right.
get a
No,
shot glass.
You're right. And so Albert's like, look, I know I could just walk in because technically this is my domain now, but like I'm trying to be a gentleman about things.
Okay, and yeah, I'll go back down, let him in, and be like, it gets creepy in here. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, I'm not too worried about this. This is par for the course. I'm learning some new stuff about vampirism and such, but like I know some of the old bloodlines. Most of the types who could do this are gone. Kane said they celebrated him, but they celebrated him wrong or whatever. Them Sabat types. So
I believe that. Please come in. I think everybody is winding down, but I'm guessing you're the reason he doesn't come in here.
yeah.
Makes sense.
We got a little bit of agreement. I mean, we've had some, bumpiness on the road, but like he won't mess with this place unless I leave it.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Hey, that's a cool looking bird. Can I touch the bird?
Paco, do you want to be
Absolutely
touched?
not.
Paco doesn't.
All right. I listen, if that's I'm not gonna do nothing to it. I'm just good with animals. So
Say more.
What you mean? We've already talked about this, Salvador. I thought we was cool.
Can I get a refresher as a player?
this is Albert.
The guy who was
Kane-
The
in
gang
the
Kane's
version
also
of the
there.
Giovanni mix.
Oh, where we had like the Disney Princess
Yeah.
standoff.
Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah.
It's not Robot Mel.
So
I still say no, but carry on.
Have you introduced them to the robot that's been hanging around here?
They know the robot, they just haven't seen him yet.
Oh, well, Melvin's a good fella, I thought. I mean, granted, the crimes against humanity are probably not so good, but we all got skeletons in our closet.
He's just one walking around, yes.
I do not have the energy or patience to deal with Mel right now.
Would you like to
Just
go lie
putting
down?
that out there.
Well, what energy or patience do you need?
A lot.
Well, I mean, like, what would get you the energy and patience you need to be able to deal with Melvin? Because I think y'all are gonna need to sit down and get some stuff figured out. Because I think Melvin could probably help y'all.
Yeah. Here's what'll get me there. Some sleep. I would love to not have a hole in my chest anymore. I would love to just have a second to myself.
Okay, how do you
Can
feel
you give me those
about
things?
eating animals?
Not my taste.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. If you want to starve your
is.
hunger, you're gonna have to
I
probably
recommend
eat
it.
one of them right now, because like it's the choices are real slim pickings in here.
It's not as bad as you think.
I got a sheep goat.
I look at Salvador and I'm like, I've had animals before.
Are you lactose tolerant? Because I mean, you can have the sheep goat milk.
No,
it makes
I'm
some pretty
not
good cheese from what I remember.
I miss goat cheese.
It's not
Keep
goat
forget-
cheese. It is a little different consistency than the goat cheese. It doesn't have that same crumbly like creaminess to it.
It's
that
required
goat
me to
cheese
have had
has.
goat cheese, so I'm just not.
Okay. At this point, I guess I'll just take whatever I can get because I've had this hole in my chest for like a full day at this point. And I'm hungry and I'm tired.
It don't look that bad. I mean, you're Queen Katura. People love you.
Yeah. I still don't want a hole in my chest.
Okay, fine. Okay, give me just a minute. And you see him sink into the ground, like just he's standing in front of you, and then his body just sinks into the ground.
God, I wish I could do that.
No, you don't.
Don't tell me what I do and don't want.
Some of us have authority issues. Oh my god.
And y'all are left back alone.
I'm gonna just sit on a couch if there's a couch and just chill for a second.
Yes,
I'm already
there are
laying on it.
couches.
You
The-
can't sit.
the
Just kidding.
caveat to these couches is that the leather looks really, really strange. It has a almost skin tone to it.
Of
Mhm.
course. it
Can
does.
this is human flesh.
Can't see me, but I'm face palming right now.
It's textured.
No.
No, tell us
I-
this is human flesh for the low god to tell us, please.
Oh yeah. I mean, it might not all be human flesh. Some of it might be other animal flesh. You really can't tell. This place is weird.
So it's
Very-
basically leather but made of.
It's very, very difficult to tell human flesh from other animal
If
flesh
you touch
if
it,
treated properly.
it feels incredibly comfortable.
Have you seen the shoes made out of Nat Turner skin? Because it's pretty fucking obvious it's human
Okay.
flesh.
Those are
What?
treated
people.
properly.
What?
Those are people.
Google it.
Don't Google
This
it.
is a
I
real
promise
thing.
you.
Just don't
There's
actually
also
don't
a
Google it. This
purse,
is a real
but
thing.
no, don't look it up. Honestly, you
Okay.
don't want to.
Don't
Okay.
don't scar
I
scar
didn't know
yourself.
this existed. Okay, we're gonna ignore it now. Anyway.
These are real things that happened.
This is not meant to be as dark as that. No, this is made to look like
Leather.
leather.
Do we have chairs that are not made out of human flesh?
No. The answer to that is no. So I would just again sit on the
Have
couch.
I
you
mean-
checked all the offices yet?
Ari,
Like,
all
Ari,
of this.
The best
No.
you could say is that some of them might not be all the way humans. It could be
Look,
a blend of fleshes.
All I'm gonna say is like go. There's probably a recliner that like since it's smaller, I could use. No, that actually makes it more likely to be just one.
There's definitely a hammock.
I didn't do it yet. I don't know.
Sorry, I just sit down on the couch.
I sit down on Serenity.
That's fine.
sorry.
It's okay, Serenity. Let's just once Katura sits down, just put her arms around her because it's been a time.
What you get the vibe, Ari, is that most of what's in here for furniture was failed experiments or parts left behind, essentially, that got put to use. Nothing just left out to be discarded. Very efficient.
Waste not.
Exactly.
I haven't checked the other offices. I would imagine that, especially the ones for the humans, probably have just regular office furnishings.
There's no offices for humans in here.
Oh, it was just
Yeah, bold of you to
that
By the
think
makes sense.
time, by the like,
yeah.
you can
Yeah, that makes sense.
you can just
yeah.
look at this place and say no humans were working in here.
That
The-
makes sense now.
Like ghouls, maybe, but no humans.
Ari, question. You said you found information. Did you find information on how all of this fucking happened? Because I would love to know.
I think I
so I
found
can stop it.
information on the beginning of this.
Okay.
What
can
caused
you-
the initial Ari working with the Sabbat and that timeline, at least.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
Mhm.
It looks like, from what I can tell, I've only had 45 minutes. When we get back from this, we collectively end up as the fall guy for the Methuselah. Oscar gets off with a slapped wrist because his sire throws a tantrum and says that if Oscar is punished, the Ravnos will leave the Camarilla. Salvador wasn't with us, which leaves the three of us as the scapegoats, the ones who end up punished. Keturah, you end up bloodbound to Abraham for a year. Not the worst circumstance, but I'm sure something that we would all like you to avoid. Serenity, you end up bound to Jason for a year.
Well, that's gonna.
Yeah, so I'm a little concerned on where Serenity is right now,
I don't know.
because a year with Jason will drive an hour with Jason Newberry will drive anybody insane.
2 seconds with Jason Newberry.
Yeah. So
What'd you end up with?
Annabelle.
Ugh.
Yeah, for a year. And apparently there is a Sabbat raid of her resting place, her whatever. And as they are going through clearing things out, I'm like, no, I'm one of you. After a year with Annabelle, I probably was sick of the Camarilla and everybody else and was like, well, time to have some fun.
Question.
Shoot.
Who gave you the orders to deal with the Methuselah in the first place?
Sovereign. I have ideas for how to
Right.
deal with that.
And
I
also,
have
Sovereign's-
ideas for a few
Oscar told
things.
us that Sovereign's dead, right?
no, I don't even think he's told us that he rescued Delroy
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. Okay, yeah. It hasn't. I don't think that's.
I don't
come
think
up.
that's happened yet.
He
Okay.
mentioned something to Ari because I remember Ari just shutting down for like 5 minutes after he said something, like right when he showed up. But I
Yeah,
don't
because
think,
you said you did mention that Delroy was still alive.
yeah, but I don't think the two of you know because neither of you were clued in on what Ari was doing to get him out.
Okay. Okay. So they sent a couple babies to deal with the monster, and then because the monster woke up, we all get punished.
Correct.
Is that my
Yeah.
understanding?
Pretty much.
Right. Okay.
I've found out that I am able to use the portal and do the fun, exciting Feyline bending nonsense needed to get us out of here because I've done it before. Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and this might cause more problems, God only fucking knows. In theory, we could go back to the Methuselah, toss like 3 extra fucking bodies on the goddamn boat
And wait.
so that he remains in Torport, because that's the thing. I'm theorizing that he is, in essence, one body short of his fucking snack to keep him in torpor, keep him asleep, keep him satiated, whatever. So if we can keep him asleep he does not pop out. In theory. I don't know if it's right.
I mean, we don't know anything at this point about what's right and what's wrong. So I think it's probably the best plan that we have so far.
Not to mention, if it doesn't work, we can always just, if you do figure out the Fey line shit, you could just pop us back to where
Are you guys
wherever.
calling it a Fey line?
I don't know. Ley line? Fey
Ley
line?
line? Ley line.
Oops. I don't know.
Fey Wild. Plot twist, y'all. This is a D&D crossover.
About to
There
get
is-
real weird.
This was real weird.
Back was
Wait,
the
somebody say
Archfey.
something about Sovereign? He definitely did. Oh, was I supposed to not be listening?
I mean, so am I.
I mean, you're
so
here,
that is
so
always questionable.
where's my food?
He popped up probably.
No, it's not Albert. It's not Albert.
it's
this,
Mel?
This is Mel talking.
I
Like,
can't.
so look,
Is Mel in the room or outside the door? We haven't seen him yet.
you just hear him over like the
Oh,
audio in here.
Like,
Can I just walk in? I'm about to freak y'all out a little bit. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I was smart, probably too smart for my own good, and I did a dumb thing that in theory you shouldn't be able to do, but Ari helped me.
Mel, I will be very honest with you. I don't think there's ever been a moment in my life where I have worried about you.
That hurts my feelings. Like,
But I'm still going to go to the movies with you when I get back.
I think you're like 520 some years too late, but you know what?
When I get back. That's what
To
I
2021, love.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
Come
I
on
done got
in.
over it. I done got over it. You
No.
know?
I keep my promises. I just need to get back.
Well, yeah, good luck. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm coming in and you hear clump, 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 clump. Door opens and yeah, you'll see a metal skeleton with human eyeballs.
Do I want to know how?
I mean, I could tell you,
Can-
but I need blood. Like, honest to God, I need some blood because, you know, I have veins, I guess, running through my metal marrow. Like, is that what you want to call it? Now, I don't have.
Is that how you say powered? Then quote unquote.
Yeah, it's magic essentially.
Magic. Okay. Okay.
This is
So you
thin
need
blood
the. So
alchemy
what happens if you don't
blood
get blood? Do
sorcery.
you just shut down forever, or do you shut down until someone feeds you again, or what was?
I can go into torpor. Technically, my heart lives in my skull somewhere now.
Okay.
Okay. I fully forget. I don't care about the couch anymore. I lay down.
I will move to another.
Oh, I put my head in your lap. It's fine.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
And
I
then
will start
Albert
there.
just pops up out of the ground holding a sheep goat. There's no other way to put it. It's a goat's head with sheep wool
Body. Yeah.
and
How cute is this animal?
it's probably fairly cute.
Is it
except
alive
for-
or is it dead?
Oh, it's definitely
hope
alive.
It's alive.
It's a confusing looking creature to look at though.
Okay.
Trying to picture it is hard.
It's gigantic too. Like this thing's probably about, I don't know, the size of a small cow.
Okay.
Jesus.
I'm gonna eat.
And Mel's like, Al, fam, like, you know what I like, right? Like, could you hook me up? He's like, man, I already got you. You should have known I got your back. And he pulls out, it's almost flapping out of his back of his little tunic. And you see a thing that looks like a bat, but it has like a panda's head on it. He's like, oh, it's like you know me so well, man. I'm gonna need you to juice it for me though. Like, yeah, I know. Like, this been our thing for a minute, man. Like, sometimes
let me
like,
see.
yeah.
Hold on, it's adorable. Oh my goodness. Okay, here. Take that.
Ari,
And
this
when
is
you
I'm
give
gonna
it
make
back,
more of those.
like, if you don't like, you might want to turn your heads for this. I just,
Right? Just closes her eyes.
and you hear the crunch of bones and squish noises, and then you hear Mel going.
Katura watched that whole thing. Katura watched Albert turn this fucking panda bat into a juice box for Mel.
Oh, God damn, that's good. That's the
Mechanics question about healing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna feed on this sheep goat
uh-huh.
to get my hunger down. Then I have to do rouse checks to heal.
How you
whole-
have how much aggravated damage?
I think just one. Yeah, just
So
one.
that's 3 rouse checks
3 rouse checks.
to heal
Uh,
aggravated.
I'm gonna do my rouse checks now and then eat.
Okay.
Maybe.
Roll them. Success. 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 Lucky
Okay,
you.
cool. Okay, and I'm gonna feed on this.
Your blood potency is 2, yes?
I think it's 1.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's 1.
You can get 2 hunger off of this.
We can't have 0 hunger, right?
Not from an animal, no.
Okay, then I can only go down to 1 hunger.
Do you want to share with someone?
I will share with whoever wants to feed. So that gets rid of my aggravated health, and then feeding gets rid of anything superficial.
Nope. You still got to roll
No?
for those too. Those are also 1 for 1. Blood potency 1. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's gonna be 5 rouse checks.
You don't have to heal them all now.
I mean, when am I gonna get another chance to? It's on. Carry on while I do this.
Okay. So Katura feeds, starts to try to heal herself. The rest of you are here with Mel and Albert. And Mel's like, okay, so look, why are y'all here? Like, I don't understand how y'all even time travel stuff. Okay, I get that.
The
Ari
reason we're
done
here.
it a bunch. Oscar done it a bunch. Oscar, you prolific as fuck, man. By the way, like that, your magic and fucking teleportations and such and time traveling, that's some shit straight out of a movie. I got congratulations to you on that. I have to admit, you have died some pretty gruesome deaths from what I've heard. But you keep on coming back. That sounds real not smart to me, but Philadelphia, I guess. You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, you're right. Philadelphia.
If that's not gritty, then I don't know what is. Yeah, so again, this versions of y'all, like, why are y'all here? What brings you to this domain? Albert's like, I'm pretty curious about that too. Like, time traveling is weird thing to do, especially going into the future. And then this future, from my understanding, doesn't seem to be all that kind to some of y'all. So y'all get confused or something? Y'all missed the train to like 200 years earlier or something?
Yeah.
100. Yeah. We were supposed to be here 100 years ago. Overshot.
Oh, that wasn't a good time for y'all either. That was that, from what Kane told me, that's that the nano bites.
That's what
Yep.
we were sent to deal with. That's why when we show, oh, it don't matter. That's why Paco is running around in a small astronaut suit right now.
Oh, you don't need that no more. Says now, like, I got a cure for that. That's easy.
Do you?
Yeah, that's been cured. We put that on the air. The problem what happened when we put that out there was it just made forever nights for a while. That's complicated.
Always is.
But yeah, I mean, when you live in, you know, this all this robo sexiness, you got time, even more time than you know, some of our elders who turn all paper thin and start growing up like kaijus and stuff because they didn't gorge themselves on too many of our own bloods. This is why they say not to do diablerie. Is that why? Like, because I don't think I'm gonna grow big and strong to be like Cain if I start eating other, you know, kindred.
No, but you could have like a dope ass Pacific Rim battle against it if you suddenly were like
I wonder,
400 feet tall.
could I turn into like Knight Rider? Could I be Kit or be like a Transformer?
Probably more Transformer.
In theory,
Probably more
yes,
Transformer.
I'm pretty sure we could pull that off.
More Mach 5 than anything else.
However, that is not why we are here.
What are we
Yeah,
talking? Yeah,
well,
what are we talking about?
We're trying to
So-
figure out how to fix the fucking timeline with what I got from my
So if y'all just need a cure to the nano thingies,
Without creating everlasting night for 100 years.
okay, I can't promise that, but you have time to figure it out.
question, if I may.
What?
So obviously, this hasn't been tested on air that didn't have the nanos in the air in the first place. So maybe it won't cause shit. This could just be like injected into somebody by chance.
I mean, from my understanding, you know, people are real resistant to vaccinations in y'all timeline.
Okay, this is for kindred, not for. I don't think the intended target will care, but
Well, like it doesn't work on kindred. If once it gets into your blood as a kindred, you shit out of luck.
oh, that's what the thing we're trying to fix.
You need to
Is
get
how to
this
get it out
into
of
a
kindred blood.
kind because they need to have them neutralized before they get into you. Because once they get to you, well, most of us just end up, you
Did
know, having like little mini suns bust off in us, and unless
Right.
you on the thin blood types, well,
not a lot of those anymore from what I heard. So
you know, you make me wanna pop, blow
You
my
can-
skin off, and
I mean, you if if you're willing to sacrifice enough people, you can beat it, but then you end up like me. So,
I mean, yes, but I mean, look,
Hmm.
Corey, we did some great stuff. Like we did some really, really cool shit. Like really cool shit. Now, ethically, lots of stuff was in question, to say the least.
I got executed for crimes against humanity. I'm pretty sure it wasn't in question.
I think they looked over all of your contributions to science. I
I'm just-
argued for you, Ari. I did.
That was probably a dumb move, but thank you. I really am a little sad that I'm not on some fucking money or some shit. It's nonsense.
You're not rich and white, Ari. You're not going to be on this money.
So Ari, the trick, and I tried to get it to you before you went in and you just said you're just gonna go do it. You didn't seem to give a fuck when they burnt you. By that
No.
point, you seemed to be like, you know what, I did what I did. Now I'm giving
Let's go.
I have no regrets. But me, I was like, I'm about to make me a body double. And I did. But then I realized that I couldn't walk around looking like myself no more. And then I realized you weren't around to change me. And so I had to make some drastic measures.
You did well. It looks good. Would you like flesh?
No, I'm good. I've been this way for a while in this, John, and you know, I get some weird looks sometimes when I go out in a trench coat, but it is what it is.
so what? You look like Inspector Gadget if you didn't have skin.
Kinda.
Okay.
So we have a vaccine for the nanites.
Not
You
a
know,
vaccine.
Not a,
It's a thing you
well,
put in the
oh,
air,
it's
and
the
it,
air. It's the air.
It
It's
is.
an
It is an
aerosol.
air distribution. The
and it
way
doesn't
that
work
it
if you're
works,
already exposed to it as a kindred,
and he
correct?
pulls up a hollow screen, and basically he's like, "Hold up, let me show you this shit." It was not thought out as well as we thought it would be, but so it shows him sending up a rocket, and then the rocket breaks off, and then these, um, it basically drops a little, like, I don't know, bomb. A bunch of them drop bombs that blow off into little fucking particles that essentially stick to the ozone and then come down into the rain. And then once people have been exposed to the water from the rain, essentially, be it through the air dissipation, through the ocean, whatever, it clears it. The problem was it created rain clouds that basically blocked out sunlight for a long time, which caused a bunch of problems that killed off a shitload of people.
Mel, I gotta ask, how many people are we responsible for killing, if you include that, and the werewolves?
Technically, well, my estimated guesses from the math that I did puts us roughly at 200 million, but I'm not taking all the credit for that. I think the United States government and the Chinese government and several other governments need to take some responsibility because they were all in on the neutralization process because it was causing problems with diplomatic relations with the vampires because they realized they couldn't kill us once we got rolling, and then when we got the time of night, that's essentially where the death toll really went up. It wasn't just the not having sun causing crops to die. It was that our kind helped the process
we went a little buck wild once it was a lot of night, didn't we?
Yeah.
And no masquerade, so we just went in.
Well, that's
like
when
a 30
the
days of night situation.
Event, like essentially the masquerade ended there. Yeah. Because like
that was
we couldn't control the
date.
Sabbat, and so we had to basically team up with the government to take out the Sabbat. And then that's when we had to make peace treaties.
Okay. Guys, you shouldn't leave me in charge of things.
Yeah, I mean, that part.
We're trying not to.
Only technically your fault because that was the second you that came back around. I didn't realize that you had already figured out the time travel shit. So I don't know if you sacrificed yourself. You made another clone of yourself. You were real cagey when you came back that second time. You said you were looking for something to like stop you from being stopped.
Oh God.
Are we just gonna have to forever run around timelines trying to stop Ari? Is this the plan?
Is this the one? This is just the timeline to the one, like the plot line to the one, right? Where you go kill. It's a movie from like the early aughts with Jet Li.
Yeah.
And he kills off like different timeline versions of himself.
Oh boy.
Oscar.
Right.
Roll me an intelligence and occult.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Excellent. All I was looking for was a single success. Oscar, there's a note for you from you written into the walls in here, but it is not words. It is a rune or a shape or something on the wall. But you know it's your handwriting.
Is it part of my my crypto drawing?
No. Oh. This one looks different than anything else you've seen from you.
What did it say?
You don't know the shape. You don't know what it is.
I assume I still have like the bag and the notebook and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Can I take out the notebook? Well, what I do is I take the notebook out from the bag. I just sketch it in there, sketch what I see in the notebook.
And as soon as you sketch it on your paper, this thing starts to glow.
Oh no, you're pulling some Clary shit from Mortal Instruments. Oh god.
It's like it's glowing with electricity.
All right, all right. I look around to see if anyone else sees this, or this is just like a me
Everyone
thing.
sees it.
Why the fuck are you doing Mortal Instruments bullshit?
Well,
And-
well, that requires to know what Mortal Instruments
And
is.
Nell
Anyway,
looks at it and he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
what is this? What is
what's this? No, you know what this is?
I have no idea what that shit says, but I know how it works.
what is it? Well, what type of
Yeah.
thing is it?
Oscar,
Mel,
you did this.
this was on this. I point to
Yeah,
the wall.
but it was you. It was
Yeah.
one of you.
Yeah.
That's blood activated, brother.
No idea what this does, do you, Mel?
I have no idea what this does.
So you're saying at some point I was in this office with Ari or stuck my way into here.
I don't know how you got in here. And then Albert goes, I do. I let him in.
Well,
So just
thank you for trusting me, Al.
Albert, do you know what that does?
I don't know. He was mumbling to himself and writing shit down on his hands and
Mhm.
on his arms. And then he was like, I gotta scratch something on the wall, man. And I was like, okay, man, you can scratch whatever you want. I don't really care. It's not my office. And I mean, it's my domain technically, but it's not my office. And
You
I
just
didn't
let anyone
imagine-
do anything.
well, this is a time for experimentation and learning about yourself. As far as I'm concerned, I've only been like this for a few years. So anyway,
I
that-
feel you there.
this-
Long story.
it's blood activated. I don't know what your blood's going to do to it and how it's going to happen, but you were talking about it's all in the blood and you'll remember through remembering. That sounded real confusing to me. It still sounds real confusing to me.
To me too. You're not alone.
Oscar probably saw some shit. All
Do
right,
it.
step back.
I will just like back everyone up into a corner and have my arms out and like, okay.
If a robot could smile, you could tell Mel is just like,
Ari,
excited
go back
as
away
shit
over
about
here.
this.
Mel would be included in the huddle that is behind me.
And Albert's like, you know what? Maybe I should have asked him about what this was. Like, I feel like
Too late for that.
maybe I
Pop
wasn't.
bang,
Albert.
prick my finger, and I go up to the wall and just like smear it over the wall.
And as soon as you smear the blood over this rune or whatever it is, a hologram pops up, Oscar,
Ooh, I'll grab you.
and you see you having an argument with Ari. And then it turns violent. And Oscar, Ari's tentacles and arms start to crawl out, and it's just shadow. And then you do this thing and you rub your hands together and you clap, and there's like a bubble of electricity that just flows out, and the tentacles go flying away, and Ari disappears in it. It is almost like an anime where you see the body there and then the bones and then everything's obliterated around you. And it looks almost like a nuke went off after you're done. Oscar, and then you fall to the ground and you just see yourself going, no, 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 that's not how I was supposed to do it. I gotta fix this. I gotta stop it. I gotta go back and find me. And then the hologram ends.
So don't blow up Ari is the thing.
When do I learn that Miyagi shit?
That was
When can you teach
awesome.
me that?
I am curious about your skill levels.
Maybe that's why your sire wanted to keep you or whatever. What y'all were saying before, like
Could be why, but
that would require him to know. I feel
That was
like
that was dope.
that was dope.
you killed Ari.
Don't kill me, but that was dope.
Mel's
So-
like, holy shit, you fucking killed Ari. That John was fucking tight. I want to learn how to do that. Look, ooh,
nope.
It requires us to
No.
know.
No.
Salvador. I wonder if we can electrocept your bird and like make it like sit on top of you and dig the claws in, and then y'all both combine powers, and then y'all both can do that, John. Like it'll be like
Voltron.
maybe you could do
kinda
like
Uh,
some like
I'd immediately get in front of Salvador and the bird.
Mel. It's been a
I-
long day for us. We
Hold
talk
on.
about Voltron tomorrow.
Also, Salvador does not even. Does not even know Mel.
Nope.
Also, I am now realizing that you might have heard me. I tried sneaking away a while ago.
Oh, I did not hear.
Yeah, you. No, I think you
No.
were probably
No.
muted. You were.
Yeah.
You've been muted this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna try to sneak away, then roll me that stealth.
Yeah,
check.
when everyone was averting their eyes while that animal feeding
I was
was
not
happening.
averting my eyes,
Yeah, Couture was the only one that didn't.
so I would have
Ah,
seen you try
okay.
to sneak out.
No, we're gonna have a roll off here. So Salvador, you can roll your dex and stealth, and
That's why I haven't been speaking this whole time.
yeah, you roll a wits and awareness.
Wild Red is in the background.
4 successes to
Mm,
2 successes. Salvador sneaks out. Middle of all shenanigans. So instead Mel's like, so Ari, I wonder your tentacles, your
That also means that
shadows-
unfortunately I did not hear them say anything about like potentially like curing Paco of whatever is going on.
When you sneak out, does Paco go with you or does Paco stay?
No, I left Paco.
Okay,
I figured Paco would be more noticeable than me, so I was like, Paco's gonna stay here."
probably. Yeah, probably.
So you're weak to electroception. We're gonna have to work on that.
We have to work on that. I'm gonna have to work on that. That's not
Maybe
okay.
we could like do like
Mm.
Oh no,
stronger shield, maybe
Guys?
metal.
no,
Hello?
no,
Hi,
Math
focus.
everyone-
science shit.
Focus.
Everyone, shut the fuck
What?
up
What-
right
what
now. Mel, shut the fuck up.
Why you gotta talk to me like that? I thought we.
Because nobody else does, and that's why you get away with talking all the fucking time. Somebody has to check you. Thank you. So here's what we know. We don't know why the two of you were arguing. We just know it happened. The only reason why I think Oscar would have even done what he did if Ari, let's be real, you were out of pocket.
Say the least. Yeah.
You have been out of this whole zoo. Go look outside. Were you not out of pocket?
I mean, some of them are very interesting, but this is
Were you
probably.
over- that's not the
falling
reason-
out of
that's not-
pocket exactly.
This is-
It was just a learning experience.
It was-
I
it's
was
a little
not.
over the
I
top.
did not ask you.
It's a little over the top. I'll
And
give you that.
stop enabling this behavior. This is what this is what got her in trouble in the first place. Nobody was there to check her. There was just enablement.
And able to eat.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, I'm sorry that was not my most mature, but like
No, it was
I don't
bad.
appreciate you just trying to shut me down. I know more about this future than you do.
I understand that. But you keep diverting into just, we should do this and we should do that. You're not actually telling us much when you're saying those things, are
Well,
you?
if all y'all here for is to, have like a cure, I mean, we got a cure. I'm pretty sure it could be adjusted. We didn't account for the variables of the forever clouds, But I think that could be fixed. We let it off before we get to the ozone layer, so like we don't fucking chew through the ozone and then cause some technically toxic rains. And then we should be good.
This is what I love to hear. Solutions, not theories about possible experimentations. That aren't going to fucking happen at this point. Because we're going back to our time. What we should talk about,
how y'all gonna do that? Y'all, you know how to do that?
Oscar got here somehow.
Oscar's like,
Oscar, you could figure the fuck out. You left notes all over this place for yourself. I'm sure one of these fucking notes has something. That's here's the thing. What we're not talking about right now, we have this cure. With some, we need to tweak it, admittedly. Mel said, Mel, I agree with you on that. And I'm sure that you and Ari could figure that out.
I can't go back there.
No, I'm talking about before we go back. What we do have also, maybe, is a bargaining chip. They sent us here to find a cure, right?
They didn't say we had to give it back to them.
Right. I am not getting bloodbound to any fucking body.
Yeah.
And neither are the two of you.
Yeah, nope. I don't know if that's how I died, but I hope to God if I died, I hope it was just put me out of my misery.
So
y'all didn't bring it back, and the other time y'all came back, y'all just found your way back.
Do you relay that to us?
Yeah, I would definitely have.
Y'all can say y'all worked off that knowledge.
So we find a way to go back with this cure, and then we use it to bargain for our freedoms.
Okay.
I'm not going to let the cam bowl me over for something that, again, somebody asked a bunch of babies to go to do a big boy job, didn't they?
Yes, technically it was.
So technically, Sovereign's fault.
Yeah, Sovereign's not even Cam anymore. I don't know what the...
Was he Cam? What out of character? Was he Cam when he told you guys to do this?
Yes, he was, but he turned the bot afterward.
Okay,
right after.
Technically, this was the Cam's fault. And the Cam should take ownership of their own fucking problems.
I agree.
So if they want, they will. If they want this fucking cure, won't they?
This is
true. Can I chime in if y'all don't mind? Says Albert.
Sure, Albert. Yes, Albert.
So I know of some, strong magical energies that are somewhere around the Philadelphia area. I'm not super connected to them myself, but my sister is. Now I told y'all, Kane's been bringing some. I got siblings.
Yes.
My sister Ray.
Cute.
Well, it's Raylene, but I call her Ray. I don't know if she likes it, but she don't really mess with me all that much. She's I guess the queen of the depths or whatever now. Like
depths is in the water.
Yeah, she runs the water around the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some powerful magical lines or something down there.
Ley lines.
About the lay, Frito-Lays, Oda-Lays, whatever.
Frito-Lay.
I believe we're talking about the same thing, so I appreciate the information. Thank you.
But she says, sometimes it can cause some magical mutations and such. I guess this is the new version of whatever it is that Ari does, except she doesn't have to use her hands to do it. It's not a crafting, it's more like a mental shaping. It's one of them new, like I said, Kane's brought us back with new bloodlines, and we're learning about our powers right now. So
yeah. Okay. Is your sister, you said she can do crafting with her mind. Is that similar to what Ari can do, or is it's just a manipulation of these magical energies?
I would say the closest thing I can think of it is so from the old bloodlines that I learned about, it's kind of like the Nosferatu and the Sinisi had a magical baby.
Okay.
Thing.
Lots of okay.
Certainly a combination.
I'm pretty sure she made merfolk.
Ari?
I immediately put my hands over Ari's ears.
Ari? No. I see your eyes. No.
I
do
cover her.
think-
I cover her ears. Serenity takes her hands.
I do think your collection's complete.
Oh my God! Stop.
Oh my
Do you
god,
want to
no.
be part of this
CMA.
world?
No.
Or are you
No.
sitting here like, I'll send y'all back. I'm gonna stay.
No.
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 No, you're coming back.
Salvador, you slipped away, and you're in the meat tunnels, and there are voices talking to you. It's like, you look delicious. I mean, honestly, like looking like a snack. I heard that saying from way in the way backs on them videos and whatever. I take a bite out of it.
I keep walking
They are
away.
very complimentary in the meat tunnels.
Salvador
Yes, Salvador.
sticks her ass out just a little bit more. as she
Yeah,
walks down these tunnels.
I switch these hips a little bit as I'm walking down these tunnels, but I'm still like, I'm hearing this, but I'm still holding this tablet, and I still have these like enormous claws. So I'm like trying to tap it, like
You are like
Trying to
that
figure out.
fucking the Peter Griffin meme. The fucking
Yeah,
nails.
exactly.
Oh my God.
And then
but still like, swaying a little bit. Oh, like I like look back and I see if there's one of the sets of eyes. I'll like wink at them.
Salvador, you hear Mel, and it is centralized to your area. Like as you're moving through these tunnels, the voice is almost following you. It's like, so you're trying to lead us, John? You just don't leave everybody behind? That's cool, I guess. Where you going?
I have met Mel, right? I feel like I have.
Yeah, you met Mel.
I was staying at the house when the one time Salvador came by.
Yep.
Yeah. Wasn't Mel also there when Serenity broke the bowling ball and that had the memory
I
card in
believe
it?
he was.
I believe so as well.
No, was
Yeah.
that? Oh no, wait, that might not have been him. That might have been the Camarilla lady that we had busted out of the car. Or both might have been.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I know
Mel was
Mel.
there, I think, too. But yeah.
I'd have to go look.
Yeah, so I would have recognized him when we first saw Robot Mel. It's like, yeah, I was trying to not bring attention to myself. I was just trying to, I guess, not get destroyed.
That's cool. I ain't no
by this
snitch.
large temper tantrum out there. But I also feel like I might have been okay if Kane did see me. Maybe they would have thought that I was the current timeline me. I don't know, but I'm trying to find the current timeline me because
So you on a search for you.
Yep.
You need a vehicle or something?
Well, I was trying to find that one that I came in, but I'm not sure where I am. Y'all got really bad reception in here.
You need help. All right. So once you get outside, there is a cart,
Ooh,
and you get
I
in the
walk a little
cart,
faster.
and you tell the cart, you just tell the cart to follow the directions to the pinging on that thing, and the cart will go there.
I'll like hold up the tablet to it and be like, scan, go.
And the cart is like, we communicate through like similar signals to Bluetooth, like back. Just sit.
Okay, I said.
And then the cart starts rolling. It's not as fast, Self-Driver, or as comfortable, or as secure. It is essentially a futuristic golf cart. but it is taking you along the way, and it's able to go
Like some-
through the paths in the zoo that a car wouldn't necessarily fit down.
I'm picturing that I'm sitting in this little golf cart, and like in the background you hear like the noise and destruction of Kane's tantrum, but there's like this smooth, easy listening jazz playing through the golf cart.
Dios ayúdanos, por favor.
Or the like the was it like the we or the me?
No, yeah, that's the Mies. Yep, I remember.
Yeah, so all like just a sharp contrast.
Yep, and it is very chill, even as
Very
you go
neat.
past the werewolf pens and everything. It's just
I shed a tear in memory.
and you make your way
A bloody
out of the
tear.
zoo and then along the river and then above the river.
Am I hovering?
You're hovering.
I freak out a little bit. Again, technology.
Yeah, because it is at first just like driving down the road, and then you see the water is just there and it doesn't stop, and it just keeps going, and it just floats right above the water. And
I feel like Salvador's a cat right now. Just like trying to like
about
yeah.
10 minutes later, you get to what looks like a dam. And there's just like a waterfall going over it. And then the cart keeps going. It's like, would you like me to stop? And as the cart says, would you like me to stop? Says, greetings, Salvador. You may enter. And then the water sort of parts and a door opens, and there's like a ramp downwards in the dam. And that is where we're going to take our break.
That's some Cloverfield shit right
Oh
there.
boy.
That's some Cloverfield shit.
Serenity will curse very loudly if you if
It's-
she
It's the damp cave.
The
The
moist
moist
heat.
cave.
Jeez Louise.
Anyway, we will see you
Mo-
back
Quick,
here
Paco, to the moist cave.
at about
Not the moist meat tunnels.
No, stop.
That's a different campaign. R-rated.
That's
Anyway.
the secret room at the farm.
Oh my god. That's where Couture went.
Stop it.
There's nothing but beat meat there. Anyway, we'll be back.
I will smack your thirsty ass face.
Oh,
Thanks for sponsoring us, Roll20.
And we are back. Welcome back, friends and family, to Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night, a Roland Deez 20's John. When we left off, Salvador was chasing after Salvador and found themselves at the gates of a looks like underground lair under a dam at that. And it opened for Salvador as if Salvador was Salvador. So Salvador, do you continue to take your cart down into these excellent. And the cart sort of is like, you sure about this? I don't have GPS
Tyra,
coordinates under
go.
here. I'm just,
I mean, Tiger Woods, go.
seriously?
What's your name?
Thomas.
Thomas, go.
Thank you. And the cart just,
Tomás, adelante.
and it goes down into these I would like, it is like a ramp, but it's like lights going along the side of it, almost like a one of those like angle like elevator things, and it's going down the track. And Salvador, you hear yourself coming through the audio in here. It's like, I'm glad you didn't get killed by you or Kane. That was not a Freudian slip. I just meant to say Kane.
Okay. Part of me thinks I have me to thank for that, so thank me. I'm welcome.
Wow, it's different. How did you get
Oh.
here?
Oh, we have Tomás to thank for that. Thank you, Tomás. You've been great.
Not the cart. Not the
I
cart. I
think you've
mean-
done enough. I can take it from here.
And Tommaso abruptly stops, like going down this ramp as you're talking.
Oh, I'm still on the ramp. No,
You're
I stay
still
in
on
the
the
car.
ramp. It's like, and
Keep going. Come on, go see it. Okay, go.
you realize like this is a long way down you're going. This has to be a solid 1,000 feet or so.
I still have my arms outstretched the whole time.
And then you just hear you going, what are you doing?
I'm trying to welcome you with open arms.
We don't have a flock anymore.
What?
We don't have a flock. We got other business these days.
But you have Paco.
Paco is more like a brother than a flock.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, sorry. I'm not very strong. I can't keep my arms up very long.
You can be.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw what I could do.
I did. It's
It's pretty
partly why I'm here. Mm.
How do you feel about Diablerie? And then we got back to the rest of the group as you ponder that question. Okay, so look, Albert telling you about these new bloodlines or whatever. Raylene, whatever, calling herself. I can't really do the water. Like, I'm not too worried about rust, but like extended periods of time down there, probably not good for me. But if y'all got to go into the water, well, shit, I don't know what's down there.
A chance that there's submarines nearby.
Fuck.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be easier to just paint something that can shoot things.
You don't need a submarine today. Cars do that.
Cool. Then we just need Alvaro. No, I did wrong.
No, I'm talking about you in the chat.
Oh, nope. Nope. No, 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 no.
We all live. No, that's how you get DMCA. They don't like nothing Beatles.
Never mind.
I'm not giving new food.
So Albert's like, okay, so look, I can take y'all over to the Navy Yards. I mean, technically all of the water is technically her domain for now. As Kane is still figuring out what's the next move. My understanding, like I said, I haven't been hanging around him every day, but I can sort of feel when I get a new brother or sister, or non-binary friend, family member.
Sibling.
What?
Sibling.
Sibling.
Non-binary.
Yeah, I mean, technically we're not siblings. It's more like
The heralds of the new generation, technically.
cousins. It's complicated.
Albert, focus.
Yeah. So, anyway, Raylene's down by the Navy Yards. We can drive. I mean, y'all can drive there. I can just travel. I guess you'd call it graveling though, because like it's dirt ground.
What? How long? What time is it?
Oh, I don't know.
I know night and day is very iffy here, but I feel like we've been going for a full night.
Yeah, Kane does the weird thing sometimes where he just like, you know what, I don't want sunlight. And so then it doesn't. I could ask him though, like,
That's.
do y'all need some rest?
I think all of us individually need a couple hours.
All right, hold on. Give me a second. Daddy. So my friends, well, like I just met some new people and they need some rest. Could you just give us a few hours of respite? Yeah. What? But look, they ain't staying forever. Listen, I can have a sleepover here and now there then like ever so often. I'm independent. You can't keep telling me what to do forever.
That's right, Albert. You stand up. You stand up to your dad.
Okay, I do know that
We're,
the rest of
we're
the
back to
ones
teenage
that got
guys.
too out of line, they got eat it. Now I'm not ready to get eat it, but okay, just a few hours. That's all I'm asking for. Thanks, Daddy. I appreciate you. So yeah, mm, the sun gonna come up for y'all. Got 4 hours.
I think that will suffice.
Yep.
Wait, wasn't there another one of you here?
What?
What are you talking about? We're all here.
No, Salvador's gone.
If Salvador wants
Come
to
here,
take off,
Paco. And Paco comes up to him. It's like you're a
Computer,
nice
did
bird.
anybody leave?
Yes, Salvador has exited the building.
How long ago?
Approximately 22 minutes.
Hmm.
On foot?
No. They took a
Alrighty,
cart.
I already know where they're going.
All right, well, we'll find them
later.
in a few minutes.
Well, we know.
No, they're not here. They went to go see their future self.
That sounds like a plan.
So we may or may not see them again.
Would you call that a self-adore?
Yes,
love
I
you.
would. You're amazing.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm like the daddy of a new bloodline. This is a lot of responsibility.
I think you're doing a great job.
Have you made anyone yet?
I got two. They still are feeling a little bit some kind of way because you might give them godlike powers or whatever, but when you kill somebody, they still got some feelings about that.
No, yeah, that's fair. As someone who's kind of been similar, that's fair.
But I was like, I was trying to be gentle about it. I was like, look, you sick and you're probably not gonna make it much further here. And because they got stepped on by Kane.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they weren't going nowhere. So I figured, I give it a chance. Now, Daddy said, I can't be picking on weak ones and hoping for the best. I don't think he's wrong. He ain't too mentally strong. I don't think this one gonna last very long. He gonna pucker out. I think Reyes people might eat him. You better not travel towards the water.
I think the most important thing to know is that you're giving these people a chance, and whether or not they can make it, it's kind of not, it's out of your hands at that point.
I don't think that's acceptable mindset when Kane is watching.
I suppose.
I'm supposed to be repopulating.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it's a slim pickings, though.
You're not wrong.
Large responsibility.
So at some point, beggars can't be choosers, right?
Could you by chance, maybe, just asking, because I've heard this is a thing or a place. Could you tell me where the farm is? Please.
Yeah, you could get in, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could get in.
Sorry.
Wait, so y'all know where it is?
I mean, been
I
there,
mean,
had a great
yeah,
time.
We've been. We've been once, and it was right after we got here. So it would be difficult to give you exact directions.
There are a lot of winding tunnels and going backwards to go forwards and the like. We had to be led there.
Okay. I understand. Y'all don't
But-
want to give up your secrets.
No,
No, it's
No, we're
not
not
a
getting-
secret. It was literally, at one point we had to swim through a sewer tunnel.
Oh.
It's not an exaggeration.
Do y'all know some people who live there or whatever?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good start. Could you tell me then who they are, where they're from?
There's one called Portia,
Yeah.
and we heard her real name.
Yeah, I
Or
can't out of character. I can't
Oscar
remember. I
heard
can't
her,
remember.
yeah.
Portia.
out of
You
character.
mean Helena?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my daddy been looking for her. I wonder if
Yeah.
I catch her.
She's there. She's seemingly running the show.
shit, y'all the best. I knew I
Well,
made good
I mean-
friends.
I mean, honestly, it's just
You've
knowing
been
that Portia's gonna
immensely
get some.
helpful.
Yeah,
so
just
the
knowing that
least we could
Portia's
do.
gonna get some
Sorry.
sort of comeuppance is just kind of makes my night, to be honest with you.
That's good. I'm glad I could help y'all out.
Very
So
He's laying on the couch.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
We appreciate it. We hope we don't blip you out of existence, I guess.
don't worry about it. Like, the way my understanding goes, timelines exist, and they branch and they change. But like, I imagine that our path is gonna still keep going down. But if you go back to your timeline, I'll never
It'll br-
exist.
Okay, so if we go back to our timeline, this timeline will still exist, but ours will branch off into a new one. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll still exist here. You just won't exist there. Okay.
Right. That's why apparently there's multiple Aries and multiple Oscars. Oscar then
Oh,
made all kinds of time and
Wibbly
jivings
wobbly.
and tunnelings and all kinds of stuff.
Hey, Oscar, can you play it again? I want to see if I can figure out what the hell we're arguing about.
Let's go to sleep.
Sleep first. Let's let
We
the
have
4
4
hours
hours.
happen.
Y'all feel the day sleep coming on as
I will sleep.
Ari just wants a bedtime story.
I'm curious why I explode.
Go the. I'll read you a
Well, did it
story.
have audio?
Computer, play.
did not.
Go the fuck to sleep.
And you hear Samuel L. Jackson's voice come over the computer.
That would absolutely be on there.
Okay.
And we cut back over to Salvador. Salvador, you get to the bottom. You've had time to ponder this question as you see you still in the biker outfit. Helmet's still on.
Is that a helmet on your head, or are you just happy to see me?
God, you are me. The helmet comes off, and it is like looking in a mirror.
It's nice to see a friendly face. Familiar face, at least. I'm not quite sure how you feel about me yet. I'm not sure how I feel about you yet.
How do you feel about you?
How I feel about this me. I've always felt nothing but excellence and greatness.
Did you get
Only
invented by the meat
moment.
tunnels?
Oh, yeah, but they were just speaking the truth. That they didn't like gas me up any more than I usually gas myself up.
You're not wrong.
But
I'm
the
not wrong.
only moment where I've ever been thrown off my game was seeing you take care of your business out there.
We got a little bit of Kane's essence.
Tell me more about that. How did that end up being the way it is? Because I gotta say, I'm perplexed. I'm confused. I was angry. I was upset when I found out that there was some stuff going. First of all, where do you live?
Oh, I'm in Bryn Mawr.
Would I know that as a suburb?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Married, 2 cats, a dog, Paco.
Married. I don't think I want to know, but I do want to know. Demon Chisme, tell me the gossip. Who do we marry?
He's nice and takes care of the animals and doesn't tell our secrets.
One of us?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know.
We
Everything's
are
unpredictable
an
here.
agent of Cain. We do his bidding. Once we switch to having a cult Cainites, not Sabbat, the wild monsters who don't know how to keep control of themselves, Cain recognizes us for what we are, amazing and worthy of more power.
Say it again.
And thus we were given it, not without some restraints, but obviously you've seen what I can do.
I have. And here's the thing. I know that you are out here as right. My understanding and what I've seen is that you're out here. I'm out here. We're out here. You are out spreading the gospel of Cain.
Less of the gospel and more of being the sword these days.
I would have never thought that I would ever see the day. I mean, you remember what it was like, right? Like I could barely walk out my front door without chipping a nail.
And you
I have to
see
say,
the gloves come off and the nails are perfectly manicured.
I shudder a little bit and shiver. Listen, I know, I know that we've dreamed of moments like this, of making up for lost time before that fateful night. Being here has been so confusing, but also reassuring. I don't know if these timelines intersecting and all this timey-wimey bullshit is any indication. I thought I saw a chupacabra in this fucking zoo. And I mean, you know how we feel about that. Part of me is like, okay, well, I'm trying. I came here because I was like, all right, I don't know what's up with what's going on back then. I heard that like everybody else may have potentially died in this group that I had just met like a week before coming here. And I'm hearing all this stuff about like flesh crafting and like time travel and like having babies and disappearing. And I met someone who I thought was another one of their coterie members, and I still haven't figured out who this person is. And I'm here now. I've lost several. I mean, Esperanza is gone. Benifacio is the last like remaining one that can probably handle the group, but at this point they've been under in a storm cellar for like about almost 2 weeks because I got caught in the rubble under this Cain tantrum. But I came here thinking, I don't know. I know that I'm at the beginning stages of stretching what I can do from the animal kingdom to the kind around us. What could I accomplish in 500 years but be 500 times better at what we were trying to do? I never imagined that it would be in this position. And it got me thinking. At first I thought I might just want to stay here. Now I know how you feel about this because I know how I feel about this. There's only room for one of us here. I get that. I don't want to step on your toes here.
I'm glad we've already reached that understanding.
But imagine if I were to go back with a little bit of my own little juicy juice, what could we accomplish in another 500 years?
Can I tell you a secret?
You've said the magic words.
I ate the chupacabra. I hunted it down and I destroyed it.
I drop to my knees and I like prostrate myself. I like bow down. I'm like filled with this like joyous glee and admiration and reverence that I've never shown to any creature before since my embrace. What have you learned?
That there are consequences to every action. And you see you unzip the motorcycle suit, and there is a monster under there, essentially. You look like the chupacabra. Everything from the chest down to the legs, the boots come off, and the feet, the hands and face look normal. It seems like you can control that part, but the rest of you is just rippling muscle and fur, and it
I
is
reach out
hard to
with
look at. I mean, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. How do you feel about this?
no, I'm in awe and exasperated, like just wonder. And I ask, may I? And I outstretch a hand to try and like trace my claws and fingers
Yep.
to like examine the body and essentially like worship myself.
And you do. And what you say to you essentially is, I can give you some of my vitae. But do
What would be the
remember,
consequences?
I don't know. I don't know how it will affect you. Because when this happened to me, it was long after I ate the chupacabra.
How long?
Cocaine got me about 150 years ago, before he made his big resurgence, I suppose.
How do you think Kane would feel if someone was doing what you're doing now, but 350 years before you started? If you were doing this 350 years before you started?
If you are true to Cain, then I suspect the truly worthy will be shown great favor.
I mean, we might need to read the room a little bit and see when we like come out about this, but you know, it's
Life is complicated.
it's something I'm thinking about. Agreed. And I stop touching and stand back up.
And you see the hand sort of turn into a claw. Do you really want this?
I'm ready.
Scratches across the hand. Deep gash opens up.
I'm like shuddering.
Holds it over your mouth.
And I kneel back down again, and I let it run in and spill out, and kind of just bask in however much I'm given, and wait if there's going to be anything else before I say something.
Let me see.
I mean, the specifics we can like work through later.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. So what I say is, oh gosh, I had it in my head. Maybe it'll come back to me. Oh no, I just had something that I wanted to say and it's gone. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Do we both lose our train of thought?
Yeah, I did. Can you roll me
Okay.
a frenzy check? Is there a button for the frenzy check on here?
Mm-hmm.
Roll that.
I need a difficulty.
Difficult.
It's giving me a 1 by default.
Difficulty 4.
Oof.
You taste
And
this
I would-
blood, Salvador.
I try and use my own Quell the Beast, but realize it doesn't work on myself. But
And
ultimately
this is
it
the
does.
best thing you've ever tasted. You realize as you're tasting this blood that it's not just you that you're tasting, that the essence of you is mixed with something so much better. It is like tasting the blood of God, and it is amazing.
I'm exclaiming in not even in English anymore. I'm just spewing like alabanzas and praises in Spanish, just up and down and backwards.
And you're
just
holding your
basking in
own
this.
hand so hard, you just realize like what you're doing, and then you let go, and you pull back, and it's like, remember, consequences. He will know you wherever you are now. Not like knowing any other kindred of the blood. You are much closer now.
And then in that moment, I'll like have that moment of just cackling to myself, and then everything will kind of click into place. And then I'll ask, just me? Will the others be in danger too?
Cain decides to reclaim his blood from me, then yes. As long as you are with them, then yes. But only if it decides to reclaim the blood. Otherwise, you should be safe. Relatively speaking. This is a god we're talking about.
Not really doing it. It's just smearing it further across my face and not really wiping it off. Very well. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. What can I do in exchange for you? You've given me the magnificent gift of, it feels like, many, many delicious lives.
And he gives you turns around, looks around, finds a book on a shelf, gives you the book, says, use this, spread the word.
I nod and I look over at Paco, if Paco's there. And I try and use my feral whispers on Paco and try and communicate telepathically to Paco if there's anything that they would like me to pass on to my Paco or to yourself.
And only thing you hear from it is share the gift that you were just given. We become stronger too.
Very well. Is there this communication that Cain has, ability to find me?
As soon as you say Cain, you know exactly where Cain is.
Interesting. Am I able to sense myself? Like that, like not just Cain, but the location of me?
It is
my other me?
It is confusing to your brain.
Okay.
Like,
just wondering if there was like I
right.
can connect with Paco. I wonder if like I can also have some kind of weird like connection with
even the connection to Paco felt weird because it was like not yours. It was almost like talking to someone else's familiar more than yours.
Yeah.
But it was
Okay.
close to being the same. But you trying to sense you is like trying to look in the mirror and read your own thoughts. It's you can't really. It's
But,
like
and
sensing yourself. It's weird. I don't know.
and
how
was
to
there
better-
with the consumption of the blood, there was like this flood, like, not just flavor, but like I assume there's also like some like absorption of like maybe like knowledge or memories or info.
There's
or some
going to be
other
stuff. We're going to
It's
talk
like
about
I'm
that.
overwhelmed right now that I can't
Yeah.
make sense of what's going on.
There are
Okay.
some mechanical stuff that comes along with this,
Okay.
for better or worse.
And I still kind of prostrated there, like, what should I do now? What? Oh, please.
Oh, stop.
What
Just
next?
go.
No, you don't like it? Okay, I get up. Sorry, just trying to, I know that I would like this if somebody did this to me. So I figured
Not
like
to
you'd be into
me
it.
though. Like to.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay, look. Go to your friends.
Where can I find them? Back in the zoo? They still there? Can you probably know, right?
Probably they're there. I don't know.
Do you have anything for, can I borrow that? Where'd you get that motorcycle? But what size are you? Because you're filling it out real nice, and I want to
You
like
need one of
kinda,
these?
like match this aesthetic. So if you got like
and this
I
one,
assume that I
the
could
one
like
is
know
wearing
how
is
to
blue and
ride this
black,
now.
and they come back and there's a red and black suit. It's like, I don't want you to be just like me. And then there's a bike that looks very much like the bike from Akira. It's like, I mean, it's mine's, but it's yours now.
Okay.
Tron was the game of the day, but Akira is, it's pretty dope.
I walk over to it, switching my hips like I did in the meat tunnels, and I look over back at myself to see if I'm watching myself walk away.
Absolutely are.
And yeah, I walk back. I get on it and try and make my way back to the zoo.
Excellent. And we switch scenes back to our crew. And are y'all ready to head to Raylene?
Did we sleep?
Yes,
we did.
I need
Oh,
route checks actually.
So I did have a thing I wanted to do before sleep.
Absolutely.
Because I'm guessing we probably would have just scattered to other offices that don't have windows just to get 10 minutes of
anything-
peace to ourselves.
None of these have windows. They've been
Okay. Boarded.
sealed.
Makes sense.
Let's just say sealed.
I'm gonna go and just on Katura's temporary office. You got 3 minutes.
Yeah, come in.
Come in, close the door, wave the tablet around. So I have a feeling I'm about to get to your stuff. It's a little weird because I know I wrote it, but there's probably some personal shit in here. So are you okay if I read it? Because I don't technically know it yet.
Am I?
It's a really weird situation, and I'm trying. It's
Yeah,
like
this is very weird. I think. Yeah, you can read it.
okay.
I think we'll find out eventually, so why not? All I ask is that if you have any questions, just ask me. Maybe don't jump to conclusions.
Can I ask to see if my current theories are correct?
As far
Sure.
as
Just about her.
Oh, you're asking her.
Theories. I would love to hear them.
If I had to guess, you were born in 1770s, 1760s, in a small island in the Caribbean. You talk like a
Yes.
revolutionary and not in the same way that Genghis or Serenity does. You talk like somebody who knows that it's a hell of a lot easier to change things when you have the power to put your boot on somebody's throat. And on the rare occasion that sires have come up, you haven't had the same vitriol that Oscar or I or pretty much any other kindred has had. Which means I'm guessing that even if you didn't necessarily want this, it was the best of a bad situation.
You're close on that one.
Okay. I'm just curious. I'm trained as an ER doctor. I'm very good at reading what people aren't saying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything to anyone.
All your theories are pretty spot on.
All right, I'll start digging into this. I have ideas on if you're interested after all this nonsense, maybe doing it without the mass murder. And I'll
Let's talk when we're back to where
Yeah.
we need to be after we find Salvador.
we
I
got
wanna
a
talk
lot.
to you. You have a lot.
We got a lot. We talk in the morning. I wanted
Yeah.
to check in before I started reading anything that Yeah.
Again, if you need clarification on something, I would just prefer that you ask me directly.
always.
But I assume that you got everything in there from me, so might not need it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I would
Not the
say
way I
sleep
would have
well.
wanted
but
you to know, but
Yeah, I would say sleep well, but I have a feeling that's absolute bullshit at this point.
yeah, I tried to lay down in the car and my children called out to me. So I don't know if I'll be getting much sleep.
That's fucked. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
We can fix this. We can fix this.
Let's just get through tomorrow.
We can fix this. And I don't know why, like tiny bow and then head out. Because Ari is still
Queen Couture,
very
technically.
awkward.
Technically.
Oscar, anything before you go to bed here?
I'm replaying the hollow vid through my mind, and I'm like putting my hands together, rubbing it, and then going out and just trying to feel a little something. Frustrated that like I can't duplicate that action.
What you're doing is doing nothing.
No, and like I'm trying to like
Nothing.
go through the book, see if there's any like mention of it, anything that might say anything of it, some sort of hint or entry like after this.
Oscar, what do you have to make a rouse check for your electroception?
I don't think I have to for certain things.
Because I believe you said once that it's kind of always on, but to use it in a more powerful sense, you do need to do a rouse check.
Some of it is like one of it's like it's always on, like it's an on and off at will thing. The electroception I have to rouse. The other one, yeah, both of them I do have to rouse.
Roll me a rouse check then.
Will do.
And I'm essentially calling on you to ask your powers to come out. So Oscar, you get a little hungrier, but immediately you're like laying here in your little cot or whatever, and it is almost like you're not thinking about it actively, but you feel it. This general like electric shock flowing through you and around you in this whole room. And then you see it. This whole room is covered in little tiny lights that basically make up a language that only you can understand. And you don't know how you understand it. It is almost maybe like you remember making up words as a child and making up your own code. Whatever it is, you can read this. And it's you talking to you. And it starts off, I know what you're thinking. That was super cool, right? That is the first thing you see on the wall. We can never do that again. We literally blew up like a good chunk of the world. I'm not going to teach it to you. Nothing I've written about is going to show you how to do it. The only reason I showed you that like that hollow was because you needed to know that you can't kill Ari. If you do it, it fucks everything. You have to make sure that they get back. All of them. And that they bring nothing back with them from this time. Obviously, knowledge is stored up in here, and you're not going to forget any of this shit. And I'm sure you're going to try to Hadoken the shit out of somebody at some point. It might work. And then when you blow all their skin off, you're going to feel bad. It's inevitability. We can live with that one. Can't live with nuking, a planet in a fight with another super vampire. Not a good idea. Your big problem that you're going into is Kane is going to start to figure out what this electroception thing is. This is more like a deviation from the blood variant. I don't think this was what Kane intended. And being the Kane is kind of like God here now. That's a problem for him. So he's going to need that from you so he can share that with the new bloodlines. You don't want that because that requires him to eat you. And since you're Oscar Prime, if you get eaten, then it's all kaput. So don't get ate. Get your friends back. The next portal's underwater. Negotiate?
I'm not talking.
And maybe bring a whale shark. Good luck.
Never easy. All right. Well, now I got homework to do. And I'll go back in my cot and just roll over and pass out.
Serenity. Anything you're doing for a vet here?
I think one thing she will do while Oscar's doing all that mind writing shit, she would have just done a little like tap on his shoulder and given him one last hug, like, I know I've already said this, but I fucking missed you. It's good. It's good to have you back. I've had time. I don't know how you got here. I'm curious to hear the full story, but we don't have to do that tonight.
We'll get there.
Okay. Also,
it's
do you
a
know what
thing.
the fuck happened to Delroy? Is he still where we last heard he was?
Delroy's fine.
Oh, thank God someone went to rescue his ass. I wasn't about to do it because dude decides to go off on his own.
Delroy's fine.
That's good. That's good. I will yell at him later when we get back.
He may not hear you currently in his state.
Oh, don't tell me he's a torpor.
He's just in a bad shape. He's better, but he's still in a bad shape.
Okay, well.
You could yell at him. He just won't process you yelling at him. I know you want to yell at him and see
him recognize. Yeah, I'll wait then. I can wait.
I'd rather give you that.
Apparently we have centuries. I got time.
Yeah.
It's fine. I just wanted to make sure what was going on before you left.
No, I appreciate that.
I know you left after we did, so like I don't know what's changed in like how. Yeah, timelines are fucked.
You can tell me that. Yeah, they definitely are. But it sounds like you all have a lot more going on than just me. I'm just picking up the scraps that you all left behind.
I mean, everyone knows how they died but me, and I'm actually kind of curious.
I don't know, essentially.
I can tell you how you died.
Tell me. I'm curious. Ivy's curious too. How'd I die?
That information is classified.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Ari! Unclassified this information.
Well, that's the luck with that.
Unclassify my death. Apparently it's telling me it's classified.
Hold on. And I go and I look through my notes and I'm like, computer, show me a written account of it. Because I'm not just going to drop a horror show on Serenity.
No, I appreciate that.
Turns out Serenity was leading a group of anarchs in one of the final big stands against the Sabbat. And it was a pretty epic battle until there was a turncoat in the group. Jason Newberry.
Oh, I kept them around. Why would I have kept them around? Okay.
You were bloodbound to him.
Oh, that explains that.
And in the middle of the battle, he caught you and chopped your head off.
At least it was clean.
So that's in that same year
that we were bloodbound.
Oh yeah, no, it totally makes sense why Ari lost her shit then.
Oh okay. No, she lost her support, Bruja. That explains so much. Of course, no wonder that would explain a lot because Serenity wouldn't have told her to just end. Now I understand. Everything makes sense.
Serenity was the first of y'all group
to die.
To go.
Ari translated. She's like, you died like a badass, man. You were.
I'll take that.
A whole group were trying to take out the boat.
The boat.
But
okay.
it was
y'all
during
took out a ton of them, by the way.
It was during that year you were bloodbound, and sadly you were bloodbound to that fucker.
And he killed me.
And yeah, he turned on you and everybody else.
Now, honestly, I don't like to presume I have a lot of say in your mental space, but I have a feeling
that was probably bad. That was probably bad.
Listen, I know for a fact because when Jace was telling me about the stuff that he told me, I'm like, no way in hell would I tell you to do it if it caused more issue. Now it makes sense. You're going off the memory of me. You weren't going off of what I was telling you. I feel a little better about myself.
If you keep going and you click Jason Newberry's link, you find the way Newberry died as well.
Oh, tell me.
Please
tell me. We're having gossip hour.
His mouth is the asshole of some creature.
I love that this is just a Wikipedia.
You did indeed turn him into a chair. And you definitely put that chair on a plane, which was then driven into a mountain with him and a bunch of Sabbat traders on it.
I am so glad about this. And hopefully we can make his death happen sooner when we get back.
And this was when you started to create the new Sabbat, by the way. You did not broker any bullshit.
Oh yeah, I will eventually have to
Jason
read
was just
about.
More personal, but
I will eventually have. There's still things that I'm avoiding reading in these. Like, why are people worshiping me? I'm like, I don't need to know.
I want to know that. I'm curious now.
Diablerize Alan Sovereign. No,
Nope.
you did not diablerize Alan Sovereign.
I
No,
do
you
not
did,
want to
Dr.
know
Roar.
that because that'll put ideas in my head.
Okay.
There were some diableries in there.
Also,
you can
Ari,
see
check
several
in
diableries
while you're
in
here.
Ari.
While you're here, Ari, check in. How are you doing? Because this is a lot to process in like a span of a week. And I know half the time you're looking like with the meme with all the calculations and you really want to figure all this out for better or for worse. And I understand that, but also I need to be your impulse control for once.
I am trying very hard not
poke
to
it.
say in my head, I can do it better this time.
Because then it will send you down the spiral faster.
I am trying very hard not to look too deep at the technical notes on how any of this was done.
Well, I don't know if you'd be able to bring any of those back because the way the technology here works. So if anything, you just leave it alone.
You hear anything about bringing it back?
Don't bring nothing back.
We
Yeah.
figured that's going to screw the timeline even more.
The thing is, the nanites are already there. So I would not be bringing anything back because it's already there. But like I said, I am trying very hard to keep myself away from myself and look up stuff that is at least
just remember this
semi-relevant.
isn't you yet. You don't have to do this. You have the choice. And if anyone tries to come for you while you haven't not made these choices, then I will fight. And you know this.
Cool. Katura.
Oh, dream time.
I assume you're in this room alone. You've asked for your piece here.
Yeah.
What is on your mind?
A lot of things, but primarily, well, there's three things that are kind of like rotating, like fighting for dominance. One is high key, low key. Salvador wandered off, and in her head, she's thinking, if they come back unscathed, I don't trust that. Secondly, she's afraid to sleep. So she's trying to fight that off as hard as she can because she doesn't want to have another vision, dream, whatever that was, with her kids crying out to her. And mixed in with that is just kind of like thinking about her past and stuff because Ari brought it up and it's just triggering a lot. And then just the third is just like thinking like what she's going to do when they get back, if they get back, to make sure that the blood binding doesn't happen.
There is basically a private computer terminal in this room that you're in.
Okay.
There's also the, AI available to talk to at any time if you choose to look up any information before you sleep.
I would look up my kids, like the exact facility that they're in, because I don't think I know that. The others do, but I don't know where that is.
And you get to, first off, when you start looking up your kids, the things you get is how babies are born to vampires.
Okay.
If you dive into that, the second thing you get is your kids, like a hit for them and their fame and your fame. The third thing you get is when you went missing and then your kids go missing. And then there is a redacted folder.
I click on that.
And it asks you for a password.
Oh, fuck. I don't know if I would know what that is. Oh, Mel. Alonso. Okay, redacted folder. That's good. Marie, I'll try that.
Negative.
Is there like a password hint section? No, fuck me. Yeah, that was gonna be my next. Sorry, we're talking in this chat. That was gonna be my next thing, Juice. Like maybe like my, oh my God. Yes, it's a Spadega.
And then you enter Spadega, and then boom, it opens up.
Okay.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to get there. I really was.
It's been a minute. It's been so long.
It's been a while.
But Spadega opens the folder, and then you see a whole long, basically it is like almost like a will. But basically it says if you are to go off the grid, missing, hidden, whatever, and you don't have your kids with you, they are to be taken to a secure facility where they will be maintained and not have to be exposed to anything awful in the world that you could protect them from. So basically, you put them in torpor and stuck them in tubes to keep their skin fresh and clean and spry, because you are the god of rejuvenating chemicals in this world. Your kids look great, if not particularly happy, but they are in tubes in a secure facility, along with what looks like dozens of others.
Like other people's kids?
Mm-hmm.
I think the will confuses me a bit because
it's less of a will and more like a set of orders.
Yeah. That it would still confuse me, particularly the part about putting my kids. I think I get it, but at the same time, there's like the me now wonders what happens to the me of this timeline that would make me want to do that, because I don't think that I would, even if I were to go off grid, I wouldn't want to be separated from my kids. So that's very weird to me. But I'll kind of store that information away, like for later. Kind of makes me kind of second guess whether or not I want to go see them, because they might rip my fucking head off for putting them away. But I want to look through the stuff about how half-bloods are made. And then what was the other thing that you said was that I find on here?
Oh, it's mostly just about your famousness, your kids' famousness, and you disappearing.
I want to read about me disappearing too.
Word is that you were on a visit to a set in Arizona, a place where you apparently were vehemently against going, but your company has grown big enough to have a board, even though you have the largest share in your company outside of the Zuck. You had to go essentially for a new opening. And when you went, apparently your plane went down and nothing was found of the plane at all.
So that also confuses me, because I think Albert said that I was killed in a hostile takeover of my company. So there seems like there's two different stories and it's unclear which is true.
You can always ask Albert. because this is the news story of it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you have, the news story.
I'll ask Albert in the next night because
Uh-huh.
I don't really want to talk to anybody anymore tonight or today. And then the thing about babies being created.
Yes. And I think this is where we're going to be our last point of this episode. But there was basically technology created because of Ari
Mhm.
that essentially could incubate a baby in what is essentially a virtual womb. This is something that is already sort of being studied today.
This is some splice shit, right?
But essentially what they did, what Ari did with Kindred was place that womb in Kindred to see if maybe with enough blood flowing from the body and enough essence of the Kindred itself and a little bit of blood magic or then blood alchemy, we could essentially fuse, a Kindred with this womb as it grew. So yes, you couldn't technically make a baby. You could take a baby and stick it in you and fuse it with your blood and see what happens. And that is what Ari did. The problem with this is the vampire that is incubating the baby has to be in torpor the whole time and essentially be flooded with human blood for the whole time, which means you're in a perpetual state of feeding while the baby grows.
So I'm like a queen, like a queen bee, literally, just like,
yes,
because that's basically how, or like even a queen ant.
And if you remember those tubes that reached out of the ground early in the game, the wires that slurped bodies up, well, that's essentially Ari's technology for ensuring that growing babies would happen. So a little magic, a little of the meta, and a little bit of ingenuity, because essentially for a kindred to do this, they have to constantly be in a state of rousing the blood to give them the blush of life, because you need a heartbeat.
Yeah. Okay. Is there one of those like data pads in here?
Yes, every room has one.
Okay. I would like to transfer this information over to the data pad, like all of everything that I found on there.
Cool. Done.
Okay. And then I guess I'll just sit around and wait for sleep. I also, if it's possible, I just I guess I want the computer to tell me when Salvador gets back, just so I know when they're back.
And you sure as shit, as soon as you ask about this, the computer says Salvador is on the premises. And Salvador is, and it brings up a video feed of Salvador basically zooming around on a Kira bike with a motorcycle suit on, like looking like they're having the time of their life.
Yeah. And I saw the other Salvador pull up before, right? Okay. I do not trust this at all. But I won't go out and approach them or speak to them. I just wanted to know, just so maybe I could, like, I don't know, be on guard or something.
And as you think about Albert literally just comes through a wall. He's like, I don't mean to be creepy. I'm sorry, but you were thinking about me and I felt your thoughts. And so I just, you seem to be in a bit of a distress.
Yeah, it's been a lot. And I'm trying to keep my composure, but it's hard.
Okay, so yeah, the whole thing. Are you trying to find out if you're dead or not?
I just wanted, Yes, I want to know.
Yes.
Not so I can go find myself, but just I
No,
am
you're
then.
not finding yourself.
Okay.
The whole plane thing was a trick by that one Zucker fucker.
Okay.
It was to make it seem like it was clean when you disappeared from the board.
Right. Okay.
And technically, your kids absorbed the remains of your shares of the company. However, it was understood that your kids would probably be in great danger if they stuck around. So you hid them away.
Do they know why I hid them away?
I don't think so. It was a bit of quick thinking. Marky Mark don't play them games when it comes to securing assets.
Right.
And so they were essentially kidnapped and put into tubes. It was safer that than being set on fire.
Who fulfilled that order?
I actually don't know. Apparently, it's the whole Akata blood cult family thing y'all got going on. You called in an order to your people, and they did it. I think some of them Giovanni's helped you too.
That makes sense. And you think it would still be unsafe for them to be out?
I think the Zuck got his hands a little full these days with Kane running around, personally, but I don't know.
Okay. I have a lot to think about.
I'm gonna lay one more doozy on you, and I
Okay.
apologize ahead of time, but
It's fine.
this might help. Rhea thinks of her people as her children. Family means a lot to her.
That
Keep that in mind.
you definitely read my mind. I was thinking I was going to ask if maybe if I let them out, they could come here and stay with you. But
No, you don't.
if you think they'd be better with Rhea,
I'm not a good guy. Just keep that in mind. I can
Okay.
do good. That don't make me a good guy.
do they hate me?
I think it'd be best if you found out yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Albert.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry for whatever that's worth.
For which part?
What happened at the farm today?
What happened at the farm today? Well,
And he just taps you on the shoulder and says, "Get some rest." And take back through the walls.
oh my God. Now I just have one other thing to worry about.
Journey has one more thing right before she goes to bed, and then she goes to bed.
Sure.
Promise.
Because that was the end of the session right there.
Okay, well, the only thing that she would do is she still has Jace's jacket. So she'd take her knife, take out his name tag, and then rip the rest of it to shreds. And discard the rest of and just keep the name tag, put it in her pocket, and go straight to bed.
And Salvador, as you get to the door, it opens for you. Just, you don't have to say anything. It opens for you just like it opened for Ari.
For the zoo?
For the zoo. And to the administrative entrance.
Yeah. I guess at this point I'm already off my bike. So I'll go in. I'll just cross the threshold, do my little switch hip switch. And then what I have a question that maybe should wait until next session then, since you wanted to end the session here.
Okay. And I think you just find a nice place to rest as you get complimented through here. Paco already has a room.
Well, so okay, so I know you wanted to end it, but I feel like that might contradict slightly what I was going to suggest.
Okay.
I wanted to try and see, now that I have my own mode of transportation and maybe a different sense of awareness of the landscape here, if I could check on my cultists, my flock. They're probably dead. I just want confirmation one way or the other, but maybe I get too lost and don't figure out where they are.
They got retrieved by the farm. People from the farm went to go get them.
Okay. Maybe I like, is there like a note or something that like lets me know this? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, they're like not the closure I wanted, but there's some closure, and I'll pocket that and then make my way to the zoo. And then walk through these meat tunnels, doing my little Hakuna Matata dance through.
And as you lay down, Salvador,
there's more. Okay, here we go.
For your night's sleep, and you
in the wolf den, the wolf area.
That's where you're going back into the wolf area.
I mean, I don't know this history with Anthony.
You know there's a werewolf in there, and you are not a werewolf.
Okay, does Salvador not like werewolves?
Werewolves are hostile to kindred. Very much so.
And this one is extremely hostile.
You would know this.
Yeah, but I got the blood of Cain in me.
I don't think the werewolves care.
I mean, you can try it. If you want to go to sleep in the werewolf, then go for it.
I mean, as a player, like I don't know what any of this means right now.
So
do it.
I would say that Salvador would know that this is not by any means a safe place to be in. This is where things that should probably have never been touched by kindred have been experimented on and essentially tortured and taken away from their nature.
Okay, so then I will go to my usual. So my other place in here that wasn't the wolf enclosure was like a like staff like janitorial closet that I would sleep in.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
I can go there.
And everything opens for you fine. And where we're going to end here is as you all wake up in the zoo from your little 4-hour nap, essentially, still somewhat, you're not used to feeling this way, but it is almost like that grogginess that you got when you were a human when you woke up feels real fucking weird. Because when you wake up as a vampire, you used to being like, I'm awake. It's not. And what you hear over the loudspeakers in this place, Cain sighting, Cain detected on premises, Cain detected on premises. And that is where we're going to end our session.
Fuck.
Jeez Louise.
That's the goddamn problem.
All right.
First alarm ever.
Oh no, am I the Cain sighting?
Yeah, we don't know.
Oops. Hey, baby. Where are you?
So,
Am I
how are we feeling about that one, y'all?
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was something.
It was a bit of a lore dump.
You
which
say
I
that like
tried
you don't
to-
like lore.
I tried to avoid doing too much of a lore dump when we do these, but this one was
Important.
y'all are
relevant.
getting towards the end of this arc, essentially. And I want to make sure that it feels satisfying once you get there.
you picked the most badass way for Serenity to die, and I love it. I appreciate that.
It was always in my mind that Serenity would die fighting.
Oh,
for
100%.
people.
I said that last week too. Like,
So this was always in my mind from the start.
aha! I'm not surprised also that I am the first one to die.
Yeah, that was also in my mind too. That's
Like, nah, and it would make
be the
sense.
first
Like
to
every
die.
course everything spiraled when the emotional control dies for Ari, and because listen, I'm aware that Ari is like you're like kid sister territory. Don't die, and then as soon as Ari dies, she's gonna be like, well, shit, now you've unlocked the beast. At least I feel like that would be the case.
I hope y'all are liking the little webs I have for each of you going on here. Like,
Oh yeah, this is so interesting.
I love playing around with Oscars.
That
I mean,
hurts my brain if I think
I
about
got
it
to
too
do a
long.
Rasengan on Ari. Like that's pretty dope.
That is pretty dope. I will say
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's also pretty cool that you took out like half of North America with it.
apparently.
It's scary now. Like I'll just take out Kane and about the Southern Hemisphere as well.
I mean, we're all basically gods.
Don't tempt shit. Don't tempt that shit.
Given
Don't do
enough
it.
time, maybe, but not right now.
Yeah.
Be careful. You get fleshcrafted into a goldfish.
500 years.
There's more in that video for you, Oscar. But we'll talk about that off screen.
Ooh. All right. All right.
There's probably some details that you would notice that other people wouldn't. I'm hoping that the stuff that I'm tossing at you, Fair,
Mhm.
feels worthy.
I love it. It is a lot though.
See,
I
yeah.
love it.
I'm trying to be careful about it because I'm like,
No,
with kids, I try to be careful about talking about kids and stuff. But I think like I want it to also be interesting. And vampires making babies seemed very interesting to me. And I was like,
yeah.
Wild.
I didn't want to
You
do it in the
made a
traditional way.
vampire
Like,
in vampire.
you know,
Domestic
vampires are apparently not shooting blanks. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. They're fucking dead.
This
We have to
isn't
do this
Twilight,
different
y'all.
way.
Time traveling vampires wasn't enough. Let's throw some baby making vampires in there.
I will say, can we do stars and wishes actually, or while we're gushing?
Yes. Let's go around the table. Let me roll.
I think Ivy wants
Should we
to
pick a
start.
number?
You
Pick a
go.
number.
Let's
Sure.
go. Let's like Ivy start.
You want to go first, Abby? Sure.
Sure. Depending on what you need. Oh God, there's too many things. Too many things I want to get started. All of you get stars, quite honestly. All
Can
of
we
you.
wrap up outros in the stars and wishes too?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that would actually probably be smarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ari just doing again the same thing she's kind of been doing since she got here. The mental math of like, I don't want to make this future happen, but I can't do that without knowing what I did. But that'll also cause me to spiral. Like, what the fuck do I do? And also just, I love that moment between her and Katura of just like, hey, check in. I have a bunch of your personal shit, and I don't want to read it without your permission. It's very sweet. Oscar just sort of being very bewildered by his own intelligence, which he's an intelligent man. I would think he would know this, but and just him being like, let's not do that, like immediately going into Pops mode, which I love Pops Oscar, and I'm gonna Sorority's probably gonna start calling him Pops eventually. Salvador's just, where do I start? I don't know where to start other than that was, I'm looking for the words, but how you interacted with yourself was actually pretty interesting, a little weird, but interesting. And I did think it was
perfect.
it was entirely how I imagined Salvador would react, and I was not disappointed. Granted, I kind of had to take my earphone out for like a minute just because it was getting a little too weird for me, but it made sense. And I loved how you stick to your character even when you, the player, know that's probably not a great idea. Fair just bringing the emotion with, you know, her kids, with her past coming up and all of that stuff, and just finally being like, I need a minute. Stop talking to me for 5 minutes. Give me a minute. Because everyone knows that even Mama Bear needs to take a breath. And and Katura has hit tired mom who needs a break situation. And of course, our wonderful storyteller who continues to bring the mastery in building a world off of a pre-existing system and making it so fucking interesting, yet even though exploring horrific shit, making it safe for the players to actually interact with. I will forever bow to you, sir. I do outro stuff.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
And wishes, I kind of just want to check in on some of the NPCs we know probably made it out. Like I am kind of curious to poke at Sierra a little, not like by a lot. Like it won't bother me too much if we don't get to it, but also I kind of just want to poke and see what happens. But that's probably a bad idea.
It's a great idea. Do it.
I mean, look, most of Serenity's impulsive decisions don't end up coming back on the party right away. So. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Other NPCs we haven't met. Also, again, more lore dumping, please. I'm eating this shit up. And my outro is you can find me at IBM2757 on Twitter, IBM_57 on TikTok. I will be doing more things when I buy more foundation. Literally, that is the only thing stopping me from cosplay right now, and I'm vibrating on another frequency most of the time. I'm Nurture54 in the chat when I do occasionally write anything in chat. I'm usually focused on the game, so yeah. And eventually I will just pop stream sometime. It'll happen. I also have a Ko-fi and an Amazon wishlist should you choose to support my cosplay endeavors for both official and OC content. That should be everything from me. I am here Saturdays and Wednesdays, and you'll also probably always find me in the Care and Comfort chat watching this guy play a Son of Hades, which we'll talk about when we get there. And all of these other people, take it away.
Let's say Oscar.
Stars. I want to say Katora / Fair, because I love the way you just took charge of fucking everything tonight. Everything tonight. You just said, shut the fuck up. You shouldn't be saying shit. Why are you even talking? Everything you did has caused this. I just love that energy, and you just went full on boss mode. That's why you are Queen Katora. That's why you ran your own damn business, and it fucking shows, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Wishes. It's hard. I want to see what the other Oscars had to do when they were here. Like what the other Oscars did to lead me to come here. And why me? I know that sounds selfish, but the fact that there's probably been I imagine about like 75 different versions of Oscar that went through. Like what happened to all those Oscars? I'm not sure if there's like a book of Oscars or whatever or something, but yeah. And I am Lonzo Gonzo. You can find me here every Saturday playing Oscar Leon Ponce. You can also find me on my own channel at Lonzo Gonzo _. You can also find me on Twitter at Lonzo Gonzo. And that's about it.
All right. That is for Fair.
Okay, let's see. Stars. I mean, everybody gets a star, basically. I also enjoyed the interaction between Salvador and Salvador, even though I agree at one point I was just like, oh my God, like I was like, how this is about to get explicit.
I was not prepared, so I took my earphones out just in case.
It did not get explicit.
And I'm definitely looking forward, kind of rolling a wish into this as I go. I am looking forward to the fallout of Salvador's choices. So we'll see how that goes. Katura already is like, I don't trust it. I loved Oscar doing the friggin' Naruto Dragon Ball Z spirit bomb thing to Ari, because that was dope. And just also like, again, all the notes that he's left for himself, telling him what to do and what not to do. Again, very much looking forward to seeing how him telling us not to take things kind of bumps against what we want to do as a group, or at least what Katura wants to do. Serenity going out like a badass. And then I really did like that moment between Ari and Katura. I just really like that care that Ari had, just wanting to be like, hey, I'm about to get into something that's about you. Do you want me to read this, yes or no? I really like that scene. And then all the lore, loving the lore. It's a lot, but I love it. Please give me more.
Do what I can. And your outro.
Oh, I'm Fair. You can follow me on Twitter at Fairbear. I'm here every Saturday with these lovely people playing this amazing game. More lore, hashtag more lore. You can also follow me on Twitch. I stream sometimes at twitch.tv/Fairbear. But mostly just follow me on Twitter. That's where you'll know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. That's about it.
Liz.
Hey. As far as Star, I am falling asleep, you guys. I can't talk anymore. As far as stars go, absolutely want to give one for Salvador. Not necessarily the interaction, but just the absolute gall of, yeah, everybody keeps telling me this guy's going to eat me. I'm going to go talk to him anyway. And then taking off down a tunnel that was also told was going to eat them and being like, we're just going to go. And like, just the absolute brass that takes was fantastic.
Honest. That's
And then, yeah, definitely seeing the Oscar blowing up Ari, and 100% Ari is curious as hell, like, what caused that fight? So that's probably going to be on her mind for a while. Wishes, what caused that fight? Ari has straight up not looked up people, so I'm trying to see how far I can get without like hearing certain names, because just trying to do the balancing act of what she knows and what she doesn't. So more lore, but also at the same time, not more lore.
You know, the stuff that like I brought up to you, I was like, this is a natural rabbit hole that you'd fall down. Like if you're looking up a thing on Wikipedia and then you saw a link, like it would be hard to not click Jason Newberry after finding out what happened to Serenity. So now you find out how Jason Newberry died. You.
Good. That is appropriate.
Honestly, best outcome.
Oh,
this
yeah,
whole
Serenity,
scenario, this whole thing, best.
Serenity's appreciative of the fact that you took revenge.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily by your hand, but it was by your
Oh
call.
no, trust me. I'm like, oh, he just got blown up. We didn't suspend him over a fire with his tongue ripped out for 100 years. Like, okay, that's fine, I guess. We'll do it better next time. And anyway, outro. I'm Liz, Fuzzy Slippers 05, wherever you want to find me. Mostly I'm here Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesdays for our Trauma Team Chronicles, where we play Cyberpunk Red. And on TikTok, where I do very energetic recaps of our games and some random other shit.
This episode's gonna be like 3 videos.
I don't talk fast enough.
They have a 3-minute option now, so.
That's with the 3-minute option.
Oh shit, yeah, you're
right. Juice.
I'm Juice, no pronouns, just Juice. I have played your self-loving Gangrel tonight. You can find me on Twitter at thejuicetm. Stars and wishes. I think if I had to pick one, it would be learning more about Oscar and that hologram between him and Ari. because in my head I was like, there's got to be something here. Like Prince has been building up to this. There's something here as to why Liz and Oscar are the only ones that have been like back and forth between this group. And seeing that happen, I was like, I don't. Salvador doesn't know much about this group, but I'm like eating my popcorn watching this. Wishes. I have some other stars, but I'm going to stick to one for the sake of time. Wishes. I am looking forward to Salvador integrating more with the group and interacting and having more like melding with the group. I know that there've been a like as I've been joining the cast and Salvador has been kind of integrating with the coterie. There's been a lot of like splicing off and doing their own thing. So I'm very much looking forward to now, like what Salvador accomplished tonight is actually what I, as a player, that was my only goal for Salvador in this future timeline. So now that that's accomplished, I'm like, great. Everything moving forward is like fair game. So I'm looking forward to like just melding more with the coterie. And finding out what the fuck I just signed up for because I don't fully understand this stuff. So hey, this is going to be interesting.
You fucked around. You're going to find out.
I fucked around. I did not fully read the assignment.
No, not you did not. You didn't even read the syllabus, boo boo.
Am I
like,
in the
can
right?
I pass the class? This will give me an A, right?
You went
for classes?
Did extra credit, and then you realized there was no extra credit for the class.
I'm not even enrolled at this campus.
I'm not even taking this class. Why?
She doesn't even go here.
Go here. Juice, you know, I was like, if I were to ever run into a future Ari, I would do the exact same fucking thing.
Oh,
right?
I won't lie.
Absolutely.
Katura absolutely would have done the same thing.
I was like, I'm the only one that's potentially alive right now. I need to feed off of myself. I need to.
Here's a little lore dump that I didn't even tell Prince from that one shot. That money we got, that money I was going to give to Ari for another apartment, so that way she could get better shit and finally stay in one fucking place and not having to move around all the fucking time.
So all of this is your fault.
But what Ari did with that money is up to Ari.
Well, was this before we left? Is Ari been aware of this money being
No,
there?
this would have happened after. So
this was during the one shot.
Oh,
yeah,
so
this couldn't be futuristic fuckery essentially in this particular case because the money came after Ari had already tapped double. Anyway,
that's it for me.
I've been your storyteller, Prince. What did I do?
Juice, you didn't. Oh, you did do your outros. You did your outros first. I'm sorry. I was used to people doing it the other way.
You can find me at Devils and Dice across the interwebs. I am a variety streamer over my channel, and there's going to be more TTRPG content coming along that way as well. You can also find me here on Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. for Cyberpunk Red Trauma Team Chronicles, and Tuesdays over at Carrion Comfort Studios at 9 p.m. for Camp Half-Blood. And Saturdays, I am also over on Vancouver by Night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Delve Into Darkness. Those are all the shows that I'm currently on. There's more to come. I'm going to be DMing some games in a new short vampire mini campaign that is going to be coming up in the new year. You can also find me at PAX Unplugged here next week, which means we will not have a show next Saturday because I will be at PAX. What else do I have? Stars and wishes. Stars to everybody. Y'all keep playing up on all of the stuff that I throw at y'all, and I love it. If I was going to give out a particular star, and I really don't like doing this because I'm like storyteller, I love everybody, but I do appreciate the emotional gravitas that you brought this episode. Fair, it was a wonderful job for handling the particular topics that we went across. And I also very much appreciate Salvador's extraness with Salvador. It was everything that I wished for.
Oh yeah. There's once you're done, I do want to add a disclaimer
Shoot, you can do
or
it
like
there
a
now.
clarification.
Go for it.
Oh, like my I know I heard some comments about like needing to or choosing to remove like headphones and whatnot. Totally get that, totally respect that. I should have been more clear about what was happening there. Like there was some like suggestive flirtation, but like the moments that may have sounded like they were about to get like explicit, it was more so like when you watch movies and someone's just like in pure admiration and awe and like that kind of thing. Like that's what the shuddering and all of that was. It wasn't anything sensual or sexual in nature.
I understand. I just didn't know where this was going, so I did that just
Yeah.
as a precaution. Not that wasn't
That's-
meant to be a judgment on you.
Yeah, that's fair and valid, and I realize that now after the fact.
No, you're good. It's just like it's like if you're either you turned on mesmerism or something. It's like that, but like, yeah.
Yeah. And then wishes, I guess. I wish I could play next week, but I can't. But we're going to have, just for some scheduling stuff, New Year's and Christmas both fall on Saturdays, so we will be away for both of those, just so people know. So consider that our break, and then we'll be back after that. And I don't think I got anything else.
So is that one more?
Just one more before we go on our break.
Up?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking about that for a little bit. So I have a little something come the next episode. A little something. But I thank you all. Thank y'all for sticking with us. Thank y'all for bits, subs, anything that you bring to the channel. We always appreciate it. And we will see y'all on the what day is that? The 18th. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.